All right. Let's see. We should be live.
You don't think that's not a flex? To be able to say fiance.
It's all right.
I don't know.
Hey, bro.
Both of you just remind me how lonely I am.
Good.
All around me are familiar faces. Worn out faces. Worn out faces. Yo, I'm thinking about it too. Don't worry about it. It's gone, bro. It's over. It's Jover.
Delete it.
Delete it.
Canceled.
Canceled for sure.
All right. I think we're live.
Bing bong. Your mom.
You guys check your phones out, see if we're live. I'm not even sure we're live or not.
I got the thing for it.
No. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
We are live. Let's make this a ASMR eating video again. Let's get the food.
I got it done. Now, the only thing I cannot get going, happens to be the chat. So I'm going to put the chat over here. You guys let me know what's going on in the chat once I get this up and going. Let's see here.
I'm not gonna lie, that made a creak and I thought you broke it.
It's alright, and I'll blame it on you.
Dude, I run.
I will blame it on you.
All right. Let's see here. All right, guys, welcome. Thanks for being with us right now. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And I'm going to put this, I think, can I just...
You're right, Commander. We're not live.
Can I take this off?
Are we really live?
Pop out chat?
No.
Or are we
right.
just a simulation?
I'm going to put this over here. Can you guys see that? Does that help?
Yeah, actually. If you maximize it.
Yeah, okay.
Tier lists are always great. Yes, they are.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a tier list in a little bit, guys.
Oh, you guys are not going to be missing any actions today.
All right. I was trying to go over some notes with you guys beforehand, but we ran out of time. I'm going to make sure we got at 3 o'clock. But I figured, you know what? We go over our notes off the bat. So today, guys, welcome. We are our Knights. I'm Ray.
I'm Gerard.
I'm Julien.
I'm Michael.
Guys, we are going to go over our Season 1 discussion podcast of Babylon 5. So what I did was I went over a couple episodes, and I was getting some main points of each episode of the season. Not every episode. We didn't cover every episode, but I think I got a big chunk of what we're going to be talking about. And what to me, I think were highlights of Season 1. So I want to start off with a couple things before we actually do. Actually, you tell me, you want to do the tier list first, or you guys want to do the analysis first?
Tier list.
Let's do the tier list.
Tier list? Okay, let's do the tier
list. Let's do the tier list.
So
yeah, because then we can use the analysis to bully people who have the wrong opinion.
All right, so let's do that.
That is correct. Since last week we're on
Let's move over to our tier list.
We got our comments.
Yes, up? Mr. Commander. It
comments
is
over here, yeah.
Early afternoon in the U.S.
All right, so what we have in our tier list, we have Dr. Franklin, we have Lennier, we have Ivanova, which I said earlier with a very New York accent. You guys missed out on that. We have Colonel Ari, Kosh. We have Morden. Who's this, Gerard? Thanks.
Commander Sinclair.
No.
No?
You were close, though.
Dang it.
You were close, though.
Dang
You were close, bro.
You were so
Dang
close.
You were close, bro. You're good, bro.
Sinclair.
Okay, come on. You could have given me that one.
If you don't know Sinclair,
you could have given me that one.
I know you know their faces.
Yes, of course.
I know you know their faces. I also know that you know what they've done.
I can literally tell you by how I remember them. Not by their name, but I can tell you by how I remember them.
Yeah, if you don't know Sinclair, you're not going to know anybody else. That's the easiest one to remember.
See that one in the corner over there? Not the guy with the hand up. Who's the guy? Who's that? No. Over here.
On the right side? Right side?
Yeah, on the right side of him.
On the right side?
Who's that?
I'm not going to know.
Shh. Who's that?
That is the assistant to the ambassador of
Denard.
Oh, come on, Julien.
Thank
You suck,
Thank you,
Julian.
brother.
I hate you.
If you would have pulled it out, I would have been so impressed.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, but he didn't say who.
Listen,
Shut up, Julian. You made it worse.
You're an enabler.
Look at all of them ganging up on me.
All right. Well, anyway, there's Morden, Sinclair. This is Jakar. This is Delenn. This is the Deathwalker. This is Winters. What's her first name? I keep forgetting her first
Commander
name.
Santa.
Talia.
Talia Winters. This is Londo. This is Bester. This is Nataf. Garibaldi
Michael.
and Vier.
I know.
So
I'm the comments on my
I'm
side.
almost sure there are more. I'm almost sure there are more characters that we can put on this list, but I think these are the main players. So we're gonna go with these guys here, right? So, do you guys think there's any?
Oh, wait.
So
Dang,
how?
you know who would have been good to put up here?
Who?
Michael's the guy who's always around. Michael's head of security, not head of security.
Oh, that second guy, right?
Yeah, the guy who betrayed him at the end.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And he's around too.
The pilot one?
No, not the pilot one.
There's two guys. There's two of them that I think at least not the heavy set guy.
The one who betrayed him at the end, who shot Michael at the end.
Yeah, but I don't think he's the. I don't think he's in a lot.
Yeah, but
He's around. He's
Okay.
around. Yeah, he's in a few episodes. We just don't see him because he's in the background. But it would be, it would be interesting now that we're talking about this. It would be interesting to see what what was his side of things, and maybe it went unnoticed to us. But where was he at during pivotal moments? Because I know I've seen him before a few times, but I almost never never pay attention to him because he's not a main character.
We have been told repeatedly that after we watch it, that we need to watch a second time. Not react to it a second time, but watch it a second time, which I plan on doing. That way we can see what we missed and what we got during the time of what we were watching the first time around. Okay? So, what about you guys? You guys think we're missing anybody in this list?
Alf.
Alf. Oh my god. Julian has been begging me to put Alf on this list. Because he wanted to see your guys' reaction. Even though we don't see you guys, he wanted to see us react to you guys. Alf.
what about the guy from TKO?
Shut up. You're
He
stupid.
didn't even make the list.
You're stupid.
The boxer?
You don't even know his name.
I would've-
If you tell me his name, I think we can put him on.
I would have put the champion up here before I put the the boxer up here.
A lot of people are saying Zathras we should have put on there.
Who?
Zathras?
Mm.
No Zathras in your list?
Listen, I knew there's quite a few people we should put up here, but these are I think the most notable for now. Honestly, this list will go on forever.
So how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna just name and then try to protect?
I'm gonna start off right now. Dr.
their
Franklin,
tier?
Dr. Franklin's character, his person. What do you guys think he belongs at?
C class.
Now let's talk about this first before we do that, right? I personally like the fact that he's very strong on his convictions, but I didn't like the fact that he pushed himself on this religious group of the kid and the family, and the kid eventually got murdered because of it. Like that one thing there, and he was ready to go up to quit at Sinclair. He was yelling at Sinclair, you didn't back me, forget it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like the fact that he still did it anyway. So I don't think he's S tier to me.
Now I have a question. How are we rating him? Is it to the impact of the show or how we
However you think you want to put it.
However
I
you
want
want to protect them.
Michael's way of putting this person.
protect
Whatever
them.
you put your judging points on it.
But we don't have Garibaldi here in
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, he does. It's right,
He's right here.
No, I meant forget about it.
Okay.
No, it was a bad joke, Julian.
Yes,
It was a bad joke. Stop it.
Oh my god, you guys. You got the worst. All right, so what do you guys think about Dr. Franklin?
No, he's not, bro.
I personally think he's in B tier.
I think B is too high.
You think B's too high?
Yeah.
You're stupid.
I
Okay.
say C tier.
C tier, why?
With one of the points that you were gonna that you ended up already stating, that episode about the religious group and everything like that, and to back up your other point as well, he ended up going against Command, really trying to put his title as a doctor on the line due to some alien race that they have their own beliefs, their own thing, but yet he wanted to put his own mindset into what he has to do.
And let's not forget that he did a prayer right before he did the surgery too. Like he was like, he made himself out to be a better religious guy than the other. His religion was better than their religion.
He's
Type of thing.
sanctimonious.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, which I understand, it's hard to say, especially if you're not there in Babylon 5. But if you're working for a ship that has many alien lives, you gotta accept the fact that not everything you do is gonna be the right way.
Okay. So what about so you're saying C? You think C?
I say C.
All right. What do you guys think? What about you, Julian?
D.
You say D. Wow, that low.
Stupid.
He's getting lower and lower.
Oh my
Why
god.
D?
I don't know. I really,
Well,
truthfully, I don't know. I just don't like him as a character too much. Like he's very egotistical in his own sense of way,
I kind of feel that way too.
and I personally don't like.
You think he's an elitist? No, but he can't be elitist. Remember, he was He was helping
Well,
people
I
down the
didn't
low
say
and the low.
elitist. I just meant like
Well, yeah, I guess that's
he
what I meant.
hasn't. He's a narcissist. Like he believes himself to be better than others. He is in the right. He's like he does learn, but it's after the mistake's been made, not before. And so it kind of he doesn't leave anything up to like, oh, maybe other people are right. He just takes his own opinion, and since he's a doctor, it's not too far
Well,
off from a
he's
scientist.
kind of like by the books type of guy, I guess. You know, like
Yeah.
everything's he's either black or white with him. It's not like
Hmm.
even though he did break the rules a little bit, but he did. I think he was gonna try to crack down on that alien technology that lady had.
But what
Who
you
used to be a nurse and she was saving people.
ended up saying that it's that he ends up trying to be by the book, but when he so chooses, because then when that episode ended up happening, he went off the book. So it's not really a character
Who's
itself.
touching the mic? Somebody touching the mic.
You keep
I'm
banging
banging
that
on
mic.
Yeah, I need to.
Mike, what do you think?
I think their opinions don't matter. I think it's a B. I think he's
A
B.
B?
I think he's B. Let me tell you why. Right? He's pivotal to the show, right? I'm saying his importance to the show. Gerard, I'm gonna kill you.
Gerard, you should put that back up here, man.
Yeah, it keeps falling. Keeps falling. I'll stop moving.
I think he's pivotal to the show. I think what he brings to the show is, even though he's not following command sometimes and stuff like that, I think that I like the way he's an individual, right? He's an individual that has to make decisions, and you can tell there's always a morality behind it every time he makes a decision, right? Like, of course, like we always go back to the show where, you know, he decided to basically go against the wishes of the parents for this guy to basically, you know, operate, you know, even though he wasn't supposed to, right? But then you turn around at the same time, and he starts up a pop-up what's it called, clinic in the down below, even though he's not supposed to, right? So I like that he is morally bound to help. That's like, it makes me feel good that he's the doctor, right? Now I don't like that, of course, that he's going against Sinclair's wishes like 50% of the time, I would say. However, I think that's why it makes him so good. That's why it makes him so good as a character, right? Because you don't really expect, like, you don't really know what he, like, you know, he's not going to follow rules for the most part, right? But you know that there is going to be some sort of moral compass that he has, that it's mostly always going to be on the correct
he's a good
side,
guy,
in my opinion.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's always in the show. He's always a point interesting that he brings up. If you think about it, he's in basically every episode. He's in basically every episode, and he's given his input somewhere, and he is so pivotal to Babylon.
All right, I'm going to put him on C class because it was 2 B's and C and D. Instead of ripping him straight down, I think C would be a good spot for him as a group. What do you think? Yep.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yes.
All right. I see Julien cracking up over there. What's going on, Julien? Why are you cracking up? Share with why are you laughing. What's going on?
Oh no, I just started an Alf thing in the chat.
Oh, great. All right. So let's go next with Lennier. All right, I'm going to start with Mike this time around. What do you think about Lennier?
Wait, hold up. Oh, Lennier? Oh, bro, S.
S tier?
S. Dude, Lennier's awesome, bro. Lennier shocked me. Of course, when I saw him that he had mastery of like martial arts. That shocked me.
That was surprising.
That immediately shocked me. I at that point he went up a few points. Then when he created when he guys, we're kicking out Gerard. Gerard, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Gerard, out of here. Either way, when he made that bike for Mike, that was absolutely mind blowing to me. I was like, "Oh my god, bro!" And he's always I love that he always questions, and he.
No,
we'll leave it like that for now.
All right, I'll wait.
That's good enough.
I like that he always questions. He's always trying to figure something out, and he's always helping. Like. Always helping. That was like, okay, Lennier's a dope character, man. He's just so cool, and he was willing to put his line on the wrist, on the what's it called?
His life on the line.
On the life on the line. When he was gonna fight, oh my god, what was his name?
The
his own people, the warrior cast. Yes. He was about to go to Bullets. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm team Lennier, bro. Lennier gang all the way.
All right.
Okay?
What do you think about Gerard? What do you think about Lennier?
I was gonna agree, but I wouldn't say S class because I have other people in mind for S class. I was gonna say A tier.
A tier, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say A tier.
You think there's better people out there for S tier?
Correct. But I do agree with Michael's points, and especially when it came to the master, like that he actually ends up being a master in martial arts, but also when he ended up helping Garibaldi.
Yeah,
there you go.
Hell
exactly.
Yeah.
So when he ended up helping him, with build. Thank you,
Redemption arc.
guys. Thank you, guys.
Redemption arc.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome,
but
bro. I'm
actually,
so proud of you.
But when he ended up helping him actually rebuild his motorcycle, he didn't know about the human culture or the fact that it's in the Japanese language too.
Yeah, he was willing to learn.
He ended up willing to learn to be able to fix it from the back.
Yeah,
but
he's amazing.
unfortunately, I don't say he's S tier. Like he's
You're
just
stupid,
not
that's
there.
why. So
I feel like
he's
other
A
people
tier.
are there.
Wait, why are you moving him, bro?
But we're not done yet. We're moving around as we talk. We're moving around. This is fluid.
Michael's
It's fluid.
He's just like,
that's
Gerard
my boy, bro. That's my boy. That's gang, bro. That's gang, bro.
Come on,
He
man.
knows me. I know him from the hood, bro. Lennier's actually from Duval. You didn't know that, bro?
Wow.
Duval.
All right, Julian. What do you think, Julian?
I'm with Gerard. A tier.
A tier.
Yeah.
He's an assistant.
I like.
He's an assistant, man. He's an assistant.
Shut up. You're stupid.
But we love him as an assistant. We love him. He's just an assistant, though.
Personally, it's because he's one, an alien, two,
What?
home guard supremacist. Anyways, two, because he finished the motorcycle without Garibaldi. Which, listen, as somebody that's a big car guy, if I invite you to do a project car with me and you finish it without me, I'm getting violent. Okay,
And not just finish it. He upgraded it.
Yeah,
exactly.
he put a Mabari engine in that
There
motherfucker.
will be fists flying. There would be stuff being thrown, and I would purposely break it. And also, he can't drink. I can't trust somebody that can't drink.
Well, but he can gamble. You saw how much money he was making. So the thing is, I'm gonna agree with Michael here in S tier though, because this guy, I think you guys, he's a wild card. He's a wild card. I think he has abilities that he hasn't shown all his abilities yet. All right, we know he can fight. We know he can build things pretty easily. He's also very loyal. You know, he's loyal even to the point, like you mentioned earlier, when Delenn was crystallized somewhere in a cocoon, and the warrior cats came in to I don't know if he was going to attack it. It looked like he was going to attack it.
He was like.
He's like, yeah,
he
was in his face.
He
He
was
stopped
ready,
him.
bro. He was ready.
He stopped him.
Ready.
He threw him up, and he was ready to fight.
Yeah,
He was ready, bro.
fight.
He took the Dukes
So,
out. He had a
started
gun. He was like,
repping
I
his
don't care,
colors,
bro.
bro.
I don't care. Watch
He
this.
started repping his colors.
How much?
Since,
He was just sitting there, just
since I put this together, I have an extra say. I'm going to say he's S tier.
yes.
I'm going to put him in S tier, guys. You guys crazy.
How about we make
I mean, that's
just put him in
agreed.
S minus?
Kidding me? You
Shut
think
up.
S tier.
Like, can we just
And
put
me
like in
and
the
Ray
middle
can beat
then?
both of
Like
you
if that's
guys
the case
up, so
between
we
like
win.
what?
In the middle? No,
What?
there's no in the middle here. S tier. He's S tier.
He's S
That's
tier.
crazy.
He's
You're
A plus. A plus.
You're
He's A plus.
All right, let's go
You're a
over to
silly boy.
Ivanova and let's go to Julien. Who do you think about
S.
S tier?
Yes.
What?
Let's put it
What?
in S tier.
What? What?
Why
are you saying S tier?
Oh,
I
huge
got-
personal bias involved.
Um,
She's beautiful. She knows how to fight. She has an attitude to her. Russian, and
She don't play around.
she has childhood trauma.
You can relate.
Yep.
You can relate.
Yep.
She has some bad trauma to
Yeah,
her.
she does.
And you say no, Michael?
I say that she's okay. No denying she's a
Are
badass
you
character,
fascist?
right? Right. She's a badass character, right? The problem I have with Ivanova, right, is that she's a snake, bro. She's a snake.
She's
all
a-
right?
She's a.
You have no proof of that? You have no proof of that.
Listen, I have my theories. She's with the Raiders. Okay, she's with the Raiders. I don't believe that she's 100% with the team, bro. She's a snake, bro. I'm telling you.
The
I've
chat
seen it.
does not
I've
agree
seen
with you.
I've seen it. I don't care if the chat agrees
The
with me. They're
chat does
stupid. They're
not
all
agree
dumb.
with
All
you.
right, I'm better than all of them.
No.
Shut up.
What?
They're watching me. All right, screw you, chat. I please, guys. Please, I love you guys. but going back to it, right? I think if she was, in honesty, it's not really because of that. I wish she was. She's involved in the show, but I feel like every time there's like a huge pivotal moment, I feel like I'm not seeing her there. Like for example, when they went to the planet, she wasn't in that planet. She didn't go to the planet. Remember with the when they oh my goodness, like she was back in the ship. She was like holding it down. Right now, she of course had her moments. Of course, when she went to go fight that Raider ship, that's where I think she turned. I'm just saying. But again, I feel like it's almost always I'm seeing like Garibaldi and Sinclair always go to Dukes. She's had her moments. I just don't think she's worth S tier.
So what do you put?
Right.
What would you put her at?
I would definitely put her A. I would put her high A, like right below S tier. But I would not put her
Like
A.
in the list of A's up here up front.
Yeah, like right in the front. You know what I mean? Like if there's a list of A's, she's definitely right before. Like she needs to do. I need to see one more episode of her.
How do you live with yourself?
Okay.
How do you live with yourself, bro?
Let me
I
tell you.
mean,
Let me tell you
I
where.
go home.
I just know
eat.
I have the right opinion.
You're right.
You know what? Based on what Mike was saying, based on
Let me
what
look
Mike
at
was
this chat real quick.
saying, I think I'm gonna have to agree with him because I think she's able to crack easily when it comes to the Psycorp. You know, I think that she's even willing to like break rules just to avoid these guys.
That's what makes her perfect,
You know?
man.
And she does have something to hide. I don't know what Mike was saying, but it definitely has to do something. Like I do believe that she's a telepath. I was a telepath.
Okay. Another theory out.
We'll
News
get
alert.
We'll
News
get
alert.
We'll get the
News
theories
alert.
later.
Go
We'll
ahead.
get theories later.
All right, wait. I got a God.
No,
You can't just tease me like this, man.
I have a whole.
No,
We're
you got a
doing
whole-
tier list.
no.
I said
Okay.
analysis or
Okay.
tier list.
This is
All right.
Yeah,
No,
all right.
we gotta write this down. You got this down? You got this in
You
your
got
head?
it.
I need a notebook.
Dude,
I gotta write
I
this
made a
down.
PowerPoint for us.
Oh man, bro,
Okay.
I gotta hear about this one. I gotta hear this.
Anyway, I'm gonna put. I believe that she's A tier as well.
I have to step in and agree with Julien, and especially with the point that you ended up talking about that. Oh, she'll be willing to break rules for the mind control,
The
Psycorp people. I would say it would be the same thing with the assistant as well, because he ended up knowing the truth about the fact that human beings are another.
Guys, come on.
That the human beings are another side of people's his people soul being transferred to them. So he has secrets himself that he ended up having to lie to the crew.
So you say he should be A tier too?
He should be at A tier. If she
I'm
has
kind of
to
warming
be
up
at
to the
A
idea
tier,
that both of these are A tier.
if I'm telling you, there's better people at S tier, which kind of sucks to say with her because she is a total baddie. And if
Okay,
you wanted someone to get things done, she is the person to do so.
Okay, let's do this. The next character we bring up there that should be S tier. We should say that. Okay, I'm saying
3
S
out of
tier, and they should knock down this particular character from S tier. Like for example, let's say
I think we can have a few.
let's say we say
bro.
Kosh. Let's say we say Kosh. No, you can say it goes to S tier. Everybody's fine. But if you believe that
That
Kosh
another
is
one
definitely should be
more-
ahead
yeah.
of these people, then we can start bringing them down.
Okay, yeah, because I would say both of them. If that's the case, with both agreements, I would say both A.
Okay,
I don't.
so
think,
let's So you said S.
Yeah, all of us said A for her.
Yeah, we all just say A. So
Yeah,
she always put on A.
Yeah.
wait, hold up. I said S with Julien, but if it were to be that both of them are brought to A, then yes.
We have a better opinion
But
than you.
because
Two,
him,
we're
like
both bigger than
he
you.
is not S.
All right,
Over her,
then let's keep her on S for now.
he is not
No.
We'll
S.
see if she moves down.
No.
He needs to move down.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
waiting for this one. Who's going first?
This
on
is Colonel Ari.
one? Mhm.
This is the guy who want to take over Babylon 5. I didn't mean to put him there. This is
Just
where
put it
he's
somewhere.
at.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
all right. So you started up last. Who went up last?
Go down the
you
list.
go, you go.
It's my turn? Okay.
Go for it, bro. I want to hear your
I'm
opinion.
gonna say I like him. I don't know. I
Excuse me.
feel that he may come back again. I may be wrong. I just thought he was a very strong villain.
Agreed.
Okay. I don't think he's a major player like everybody else is. I'm gonna put him on a high B. I think he's a high B.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
mostly because he was. I hated him the entire episode,
Hell yeah.
which is signs of a good actor, first of all.
That is true.
But he really that character was really like fantastic. I love that character.
Agreed.
I saw in the comment section some people were like, a lot of people don't like this episode, and meanwhile, I was like, really, you guys are crazy. This guy was great. But there is a plot. I mean, we'll talk to the analysis later on about him and Bester and the whole thing about Psycorp. But I think that his visit, his one episode we saw, was high enough to be placed at a B. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
All right, I'll wait for one of you guys because
Well, we're going to go this way. We'll go to Gerard. Gerard, what do you think?
So I do have to agree with you with the fact that he was a very good villain, which does end up making it where he wasn't really super impactful for the show.
Super
but
impactful. Did you see what he did? He almost took over Babylon 5.
I'm saying as in like
Wait.
that his
The main
reign,
story?
that his reign didn't last too long,
Mm.
but it is something that it made a difference in Babylon 5 on how well that we were able to find out that Babylon 5 could be taken over. Like that.
We are definitely putting that mic back up here, regardless of what you say in a minute.
You're the one touching it.
Mute it.
Don't matter.
Just,
You don't care.
just,
Why don't we touching it this way?
just mute it, and then
Yeah, I'm
let
going to
him-
mute it. Guys,
mute it
give
for
us a
right now.
second here. We're going
Mute
to
it
have
for
some
right now.
technical difficulties.
All right,
My good lord.
just mute it.
It's like every breath you take is just shaking that mic.
Julian, you can go next while we're
Julian,
waiting,
go ahead.
while he's putting that up there.
Yeah, I can say B. I agree with that. You know, he's a solid character, solid basis in the story. Had a great rivalry. Definitely relatable. Because I swear to you, if somebody were to steal my promotion like that, I would be out for vengeance too.
Yeah, and he was like he was on a tear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
I loved everything about it. Like I love that he was just nasty.
Yeah.
He was an a-hole. Like as nice as we can put it, he was an a-hole.
100%.
Like he was. I loved it. I was like, heck yeah.
No, but he was like
Justified.
he was fantastic at it. You know?
Yes, like he knew everything to do to get under this guy's skin and to get under our skin, because we're looking at Sinclair like the guy, like, okay, and then he comes in here, takes over this Babylon for like a brief second, but still, just to even have that power to do that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back, team.
Yeah, and just like his general disposition towards how he was running the station just was great. I felt like, and I really want him in another episode. Like,
yeah, it'll be great to see him again.
Yeah, especially if he's worse.
I really, because I you need a good bad guy. It's always good to have a good bad guy. He was a good bad guy.
A good con.
Julian,
Yeah.
The chat is saying they can't hear you that well.
Yeah.
And he said Alf. They said Alf ate your mic. My opinion on him is that I would actually put him at a C, right? The reason being is because his impact was only one episode. But I think if we were just rating off that one episode, he's an S for sure. Like you said, like all of you said, we hated him. Like as soon as he got on the ship, his breath annoyed me. Like him living annoyed me. He was such a good villain, because it's always good when a character makes you feel like you don't like that character. You can tell he's a great actor.
That gut feeling
where he's like, oh,
bubbles
you
a little bit.
mother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
That feeling was throughout the whole episode. Just
Joffrey.
Joffrey, exactly. Joffrey,
100%, yep.
100%. Like he's like literally the Joffrey of Babylon 5 for one episode. But again, because it was only one episode, that's why I give him a C tier. Because
he made an impact.
His impact was good, but it wasn't tremendous. Yeah, it wasn't tremendous, because if it would have been like a 2-part episode, forget about it. He would have been for me an A.
That's what I said.
If it would have been a 2-part episode, an A for sure. But if right now, me personally, I would put him as a C. But I agree with you guys putting him at a B though. Like I don't mind that you guys put him at a B. I'm trying to keep this chat up on my phone. So
But
I can see over here.
with Michael adding that, if that's the case, I'm actually going to join his side. If that's the case, I would say C. If that's the case.
Because two split down the middle.
They split down the middle.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good. You guys can have a B. You guys can give him a B.
Okay, leave him at a B for now.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know,
I don't mind it. You know.
All right, next
All
person.
right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna before you do that. Let's save the heavy hitters for later.
Yo, I was ready for him.
Side characters first.
Let's go to Vier.
I hate Vier.
You hate Vier.
I hate Vier. I want to start off.
Hold on to your thought.
I want to start off.
We're going this way. We're going this way. All right, Gerard. Vier. What do you think about Vier?
He doesn't add anything.
He doesn't add anything.
He doesn't add anything, bro.
So what
He
you
gets
bro.
pushed around. D, bro.
Pawn.
D, bro. He should.
D.
You don't F,
Oh
bro.
my
He shouldn't
God.
even be there, bro.
Pawn.
He literally gets pushed around by someone that's getting mind controlled by the shadow people himself. He literally just doesn't add any value to the show.
Pawn.
Really?
He doesn't add any value.
No, I think he has value. He's just.
All right. So
I don't know, man.
You're saying D. All right, Julien. Let's go to you. What do you think about Vier?
F.
F. Really? That bad too?
Yeah. I know what they were trying to do with Vier, and it was kind of like a comic relief character,
It
but
just didn't work.
nothing hits with him. Like
Yeah, I love when he appears in the stream.
Okay.
Nah.
well, very rarely does like his jokes land because he's supposed to be kind of like the incompetent assistant, but like
Yeah, he is. He's
It's-
supposed to be the incompetent assistant.
but it doesn't land with me. In fact, it annoys me that he like continuously is causing problems for Lando, and we have to get side trailed for like a good 10 to 15 minutes about something he did. Londo. Why did I say Lando? Londo. But yeah.
All right.
really
You
don't
said F,
watch-
but that was DD. Okay, Michael, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I already hate, dude. I hate the guy, bro. I hate incompetent people, bro. Every time I see him on the screen, it's like he's doing something stupid, bro.
Yep.
And it annoys me.
He's getting yelled at.
Yo, it annoys me. And I think he adds value. Again, I think he adds value to Babylon 5, so I don't think you should take him out, right? I do like that there is Veer in Babylon 5. I don't think it could run.
sick.
I don't think it could run without
You guys
him,
are
right?
crazy.
But almost everything he has done, it's always an inconvenience to Londo, and Londo has to somehow fix it, right? And it annoys me every time he comes on screen, which is a good thing, I think, but it annoys me, like, and he has this voice, like he sounds like that.
But what do you mean?
Londo,
Are you sure?
I wonder what the chat is saying about this. Everybody
So,
saying,
should HQ know about this? Shut up.
I do want to say that the chat is saying that they do agree when it comes to like season 1, which is
Well, no spoilers.
Exactly. Let's
Dude,
leave it at
they're
that.
going crazy.
But remember, guys, we are giving our opinions
of season 1.
during season 1.
Yeah, but season 1.
By all means, if it's something that they get
If
crazy,
there's
okay,
if there's a character arc that we don't know about. We don't know about it yet.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. You guys are alluding to something. Stop it. I hate you. Stop
For
it.
season 1,
Stop it.
this is our thoughts.
Stop it. Shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. Mr. Tickle, D-Deek, who was here? Jerome, Kevin, Commander. Commander, I already hate you. Raktis. All of you guys. I see this chat.
I don't see Steve. He called me a toilet head before.
I think the three of you guys are absolutely wrong. I think that
You're stupid.
Pierre is probably the most sincere in what he does in his job.
Listen, it's okay.
But he
trying to-
sucks.
He's trying to be helpful. He's trying to go above and beyond. He tries every time. It only doesn't work because Londo is a trickster.
Okay.
All right? So if he doesn't know that Lando's trying to pull a maneuver, that's Lando's fault for not communicating. Every time Jakar is doing something that's backstabbing and trickery and whatnot, or Machiavellian-like, he always tells Nataf, and Nataf, boom, deliver. Lando's not doing that with his assistant. That's his fault. But I think he has that same type of assistant that Jakar has if he utilizes him in a better way. And he's not utilizing him in a better way. So I don't believe that he's a D character. I believe that Londo is misusing him. That's the thing.
No,
thing
wait,
is-
hold up. I gotta disagree.
I'm gonna say
If you say
That's 3D,
if you said
bro.
more than
That
a
is
D,
3D,
you're
bro.
dumb.
I'm saying that in my heart he's a B.
You're
Wow.
dumb. Oh
In my
my
heart
god.
he's a B.
Yo,
guys-
you're a
listen,
silly willy goose.
listen,
all right.
I'm an adult here,
Uh,
and I like to say that you guys are still children.
with his master's
Listen to me.
degree.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I have a master's degree, guys. I know what I'm
he got
talking
beat
about.
by
Yeah.
two different people.
I'm just saying, I believe he's a B. Definitely not a D. I'm gonna put him a D because I'm a voter here. But you know,
I think you're entirely wrong. On that.
Okay. Well, listen.
There's no way. No, because you know
All
what?
right.
Nataf at least can pick up on what Jakar's
Yes.
doing when Jakar
Yes.
doesn't mention
Let's
it.
go
Yes.
with Natar. Now let's move up.
Veer's
Let's go to her.
completely blindsided by everything. He's
Yeah,
like
every
a
single
bumbling child.
like he
sat
wasn't-
in the playground.
like, I
I
think-
also think that he tempers Londo. When Londo's about to go off the edge, he tempers him.
okay, that I can agree with. I can agree
You
with
know,
that.
so I
But
think
that's
he's a
what
key player
that's what
because of
he's-
that.
Listen,
What-
the
that's he's
girl
really good into.
who was in the club. You know, I'm not gonna say what her position was, but she did that for him. Okay, I don't want to say. I mean, Londo is supposed to be an advisor, and he's supposed to be like someone who can do more than just control
Londo?
his temper. Not Londo. Veer
Veer.
to Londo. Supposed to, you know, anybody could do that. You know, you're going off the edge. You know, hey, calm down. You know what I mean?
I'm just
That's
saying.
not the role. That role it seems too big for him. Like when you look at Nataf and what she does, right? Like all the things that she does independently is like compared to what Veer does, it feels like she's in the role that she's suited for, while Veer maybe has a high family status and got maybe put there because he has a high family status, and that's basically it, not because of the skills, you know.
Yep.
Like, and we even see that when it happens with his family, where the cousin decides to marry some other girl, like tries to run away, and Veer's like said in some letter that he was the actual ambassador when he wasn't, and he was shooting Londo in the foot there,
I still think he's
and
a
his
B.
reputation.
I still think he's a B. But you know, listen.
All right.
It's okay.
We made it. We made
It's
the vote.
okay.
He's a D.
You're-
You guys
It's
are the
okay.
D.
You're getting older.
I
Your
got a
mind is
feeling-
getting
listen,
loser.
The
It's all right, it
chat's
happens.
with me. The chat's with me.
No.
All right,
Chat's with me
For a whole other reason.
for a whole other reason. They're
That's the
spoiling
only
it.
reason.
The top. You're on the top.
All right,
All
now
right.
let's go to an
B for
actual.
sure.
All right,
B
so that
for
goes
sure.
to, is this Julien or who's on the top? No, yeah, Julien is on the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say B. I mean, there's
You say B?
Yeah, like there's the few times that we've seen her, she's been for Jakar wholeheartedly. She's been able to maneuver for him, anytime he needs something, even if he doesn't vocalize it, she somehow figures him out and maneuvers towards it. And she is really, really good at bluffing because she bluffed on those assassins really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, apparently they were like a high society thing or
Yeah.
whatever, and she
Yeah.
somehow convinced them that
Yeah.
she's a part of
She's
them.
a part of
Yeah,
it.
she's
She can fight. I remember when she's a
She's a badass.
there's a
She
reason why
really
she was assigned to Jakar.
But
Yes.
remember,
I mean, she earned that spot.
she was willing to lie to Sinclair to his face, where he was like, "Oh, where is he? Oh, he's out and busy in the
Exactly.
meeting."
That's what you need to
Meanwhile,
do.
he's in the back enjoying the
That's
time
what
of
you
his
need to
life.
do, bro.
That is an actual assistant right
That's
there.
what you need to do.
Yeah.
Right
That is
there,
what
bro.
we actually call a B-list assistant.
That is a
Not fair, bro.
Yeah, Mike.
I agree with everything you guys said. I think she's really well suited for her role. Now, I got a theory on her too, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. I think I'm glad it ended the way it ended
Michael
with
Jones.
oh my god, what's his name? This guy leaving.
Jakar.
Yeah, with Jakar leaving, and I really hope we see more of her as being the representative
For the Narn?
I love her character. Like there's something else there that I feel like we haven't touched yet. Like it's almost like, it's about to blossom. It's like right there. I feel like we're gonna get more of her backstory in season 2, and I'm really excited for it. I feel like she probably has some crazy, like messed up, like history. Like it's just crazy. I also think she may be able to somehow be a pivotal character in terms of maybe backstabbing somebody or something like that. Like her character,
Jakar? Like backstab Jakar?
like that's what I'm saying. Like
That'd be crazy.
her
That would be
character.
nuts.
Her character is so diverse to a fact that she can go whichever which way, and I would be so interested either
100%,
which way.
100%.
So I love her as a character.
All right, I'm gonna
I would say,
say-
and I only say B again. I only say B because I wish I would see her more. I wish she was
100%.
more.
Which
agree with
I
in the thing.
feel that we're gonna have a good opportunity to be able to do that, because remember, he ended up leaving Babylon 5, so that leaves her with more room to do more
Yes,
things.
but I
So
don't
we'll
know.
see
You know
how it
what,
goes.
though?
That
This
is true. That
this
is true.
makes me think-
Deathwalker jumps and punch. Yeah, remember that was
This
her.
makes me think that we should bring down Lennier because they're almost the same thing.
Who?
Lennier.
No.
and
Hold
Natasha-
on. Hold on.
This is
Lennier's
what I
gang.
think- no,
Lennier's gang, bro.
no,
Lennier's
bro.
gang, bro.
He
You can't
does
do that,
not
bro.
deserve
He's
to
from
be
Duval.
there.
Natasha
He's
made
from
no
A4
bite.
up
Does
or
not
down.
deserve to be there.
His throne is built on lies, okay?
Shut up.
He deserves to be an A tier.
All right.
Like,
Let's
he
go
does
back.
not
Hold on,
be
my
an
turn,
S.
Go back to Natasha. I do believe Natasha is definitely a B tier. I think she's a badass. The fact that, like, when you guys mentioned a second ago, when she went up, she didn't care. She went straight to the Deathwalker.
Bro.
I was
And
ready to
just
kill her.
Bro,
Was
dude,
ready to kill her.
in
She
it.
was like, I'm out.
That's what I like about her. She's
Because
a
her
little
grandfather,
feisty.
her grandfather
Died, yeah.
died and was tortured, something like that.
Yeah.
So she went absolutely nuts on the
Yeah.
Deathwalker.
Uh-huh.
But I do think, I don't know if she'll backstab somebody like you said she was. I really do think that she's
She might
loyal
have
to Jakar. I think she's really loyal to him. But it would be interesting if she like were to backstab him for power.
Yeah,
I feel like
man.
she's gonna be able to make power moves by herself. I don't
Yeah,
think she's gonna have to go
man.
that,
I mean,
that route,
she's in a
in all
position.
honesty, that she can.
She's in a position, and she has the trust of Jakar that she will be
Powerful.
powerful to betray him and take over that spot.
Yeah.
Yes,
if
man.
need be, If for any reason they think, though, I don't think Jakar will lose that spot. Like I really do think that
Jakar's strong, man.
he's a strong
Strong,
character,
man.
but
He's
we'll get to him in a bit.
So, but
Imagine he dies
just how
next
you
season.
ended up saying, if that's the
Sorry.
case, he does not belong in S tier.
Well, we're not there yet. Let's get with the top. Your comments in the top. We'll get to the top.
All right.
Communists.
What do you think about the top?
What tier, bro? What tier? Where we at, bro?
There's 3 Bs right now.
That's it. No, I agree.
All right, then we're gonna start
I
the-
agree with B.
Okay.
All right, who we gonna go
We
to
all ended up
next?
talking
Who wanna
about
go-
B.
you said
Let's
no
go.
This is the
heavy
first
hitters.
time we actually
Let's
all
go to
agree.
Talia.
Oh my god.
C.
C, bro.
Michael, you start this off, Talia.
She's like the definition of a C, bro.
A C.
Like definition of a C. I don't.
That thinks she's all that, but she's
Oh,
not.
dude, we'll get to you.
Um,
We'll get to you. Let's go in order.
Every time,
Every
time-
time. Mic off.
every time like she's come up, there's like an opinion I disagree with her. Like for example, during the last episodes, right, when the other, oh my god, what is her society
Ivana?
called? No, what
Oh,
is her
the Psych Corp?
the other psychic came out, the one that was stealing in the beginning of the show that went with Delenn's people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yeah.
Like I hated her opinion. I was like, oh, shut up, man, shut up. Like I feel like she's so hardcore ride or die psychcore that
Yeah.
it pisses me off. right? Because I hate Psycho, right? Which I love, but I also hate at the same time.
Socialists.
But at the same, again, the other thing is that like every time I've seen her on the show, she's either been like when she got manipulated, I was like, you weak. I'm like, you so weak. You suck. Like, I was like, back of my head, I'm like, you suck. You didn't see this coming. Like, you're horrible. You're terrible. Like, if you would have felt that way, I wish you would have like said something or like, fought back a little bit. Oh, my headache kind of hurts. Let me just keep going to doing this. Like, no. Like, you wouldn't go to a job. Like, you're at a construction job, and every time you're at a construction job, the hammer falls from your hand and it hits your toe. After like 3 times, you're like, screw this. My toe is beat up, man. It hurts. Like, my toenail's falling off. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh no, let me keep going to these meetings, getting mind blasted every single time. Like, come on, bro. Magic missiles to the forehead every single time you were meeting with Kosh. And then like, bro, like, you should know at this point, right? So, for that reason, I don't like her as a character. I don't really enjoy her. But again, she's pivotal to the show. But she's also not as much, right? I wish you would have seen a little bit more. I know she had a whole character with loving this guy. I forgot his name.
The Ironheart, was it?
Yeah. There you go. Look at you.
I watch and follow the show.
Master's degree. But yeah.
All right. Well,
that's my opinion, and she's a C.
I think that she's a D.
Ooh.
I think she's a D. I think that she is a pawn.
Ooh.
She's been a pawn this whole show.
I agree.
I don't think she has a thought in her head that's really her own. And if it is, it's like minuscule. Like, it doesn't matter. She's been played by Kosh. She's been played by the Psy Corp itself. Like, they went into her and everything like that, and she's screaming. Ivanova can't stand her. Listen,
and if Ivanova hates her, we have to hate her.
I cannot. I don't think. The problem I have with Talia is that she can go either way. I really do think that she's one of the person that, if pushed, I think she could be an agent for Psy Corps, their bad side. Enough. I don't think that she's lukewarm to me. She's lukewarm to me. She's not anyone that has convictions that are even worthwhile mentioning. So in my opinion, she's a pawn in this game, and I hope that future seasons prove me wrong. But right now, she's a D.
All right, guys, don't look at the chat. Apparently,
she's a D towards the end.
Apparently, spoilers alert, red alert.
So. All right, guys, stop spoiling. Anyway,
I haven't read whatever it is, but I don't want to hear it.
We might have to cut the chat altogether. All right, good. What's your face, Gerard?
What's my face? Yo,
that guy, bro.
Hey,
that guy over
toilet
there.
head? Question mark.
Name? Oh yeah, toilet head. Like this guy.
The thing is, compared to, I would have to disagree because compared to Vic, right? That's
Vier,
Vier, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Vic, bro.
The useless
Vic, bro.
Jose,
bro, the useless assistant.
Vin Diesel.
Like, correct. She is a pawn into Babylon 5, but the fact that if she ended up actually being able to either being compared to him or anyone else on Babylon 5, she has some type of control. She just can't control the big dogs. She's not up there with them.
Garibaldi's chasing her all over the station. He's got him. She got him making crimes. Becoming a stalker.
But I'm just saying is the fact that she's able to do something is just, of course, is not really able to make any changes compared to the other people. But it's more than what he's capable of doing.
She's vanilla, bro.
So see,
bro, she's like she's clay, bro. She can be.
Don't
molded.
get me wrong.
Yeah,
whether she's clay. I have to change my rating. She's a D, bro. She's clay. She can be molded, bro. She can be molded, bro. Whatever way you want. What do you want to do? What do you want to become?
Vier to me is still a B, but
Vier can convince her to like not be Psycho, bro. He was like, I don't think you should be Psycho. She's like, okay, got it.
Londo. What do you think, Julien?
Before that, I'm just gonna address the chat really quickly. The Gathering, yes, we're including in season 1. Somebody said Lita should have been added to the list. What was the other thing I saw? Oh,
apparently we're spoiling the show. That's what it is.
Lennier and S tier, but one of our arguments was from the first episode of season 2, so that doesn't count. I agree with that person. Lennier should be on A tier.
That's true.
I am not
he
rocking
is
this.
not
That's true. That's a true point.
Is not S tier in season
Yeah,
1.
he has a. I'm putting him in A tier.
Dethrone the false king.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. That is true. Very true.
Thank you, chat.
Thanks for making
Thank
that
you,
clear.
Evangeline.
Thank you.
Y'all
true.
are
And
stupid.
Baronessa, yes, I love you.
You're all stupid.
Okay.
Talia.
Yeah, bro.
D,
Shut up.
D,
Shut up.
D.
If you don't have an opinion,
D.
bro, that's a D, bro.
D.
D,
Yeah.
bro. Yo, she's
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
convinced
not
me,
too
man.
mad.
Personality
I'm not too mad.
Is
bland, bro.
so
Like bland,
bland.
unsalted chicken, bro. That's what that is.
Yeah,
Boiled, bro.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
even good boiled, bro. Bad
There's
boiled.
No
sazon.
juices on that chicken.
No,
It's dry as hell.
No, yeah.
There's no salt and pepper
There-
in there.
Not even a beer to go along with.
No, nothing.
No, like
nothing.
she's
White
so-
rice, bro.
Yeah.
No salt,
Yep.
white rice.
All right, let's
no
go over.
beans.
Let's go over to
The guy looking for the girl would have
Deathwalker
actually
here.
been
Oh
pretty
man,
good, too.
I love their.
Oh,
Deathwalker.
I think you're up now.
I'm gonna put Deathwalker on A right here.
Ooh.
And that's what I think of Deathwalker. I think her appearance and her story was a lot more intriguing than the Colonel here.
Yep.
I thought that she was. I mean, and talk about villains. And what she was trying to do was complete genocide of
Bro,
every race,
What?
of every type of race. And I think there might be more. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the other episode, but her formula, whatever she was doing to bring immortality, which really wasn't immortality, right? It was kind of a trick, which was good. She to me was a badass, straight up.
I agree.
Not just with what she did, but and how towards the end she was like, "You can't do nothing to me." You know, Earth was trying to take her down, but bring her down to Earth. And I mean, it took Kosh. It took Kosh to make a power move. They said, "Nope, that's not for you guys."
You guys are not ready.
I think that she was definitely up there in terms of her appearance, her story, and I still think that her story might have later repercussions for future episodes. That's what I think.
Oh my god, I want to get my opinion on this so bad. Go ahead,
Go
Gerard.
ahead, Michael.
Yeah,
Go.
no, just keep it on.
Keep
All
it
right.
in order.
Well, I would end up having A tier as well. Just like how you ended up comparing her with the other villain to the show. She did end up getting the attention of not only multiple worlds, but also getting the attention of Kosh, the one person that no one can say no to, which I'll talk more about later. But she ended up getting the attention of the people that she shouldn't have. And that's where her demise ended up happening. If she didn't, she would have been a big power player for Earth.
Mhm.
And when she had the league, what unaligned races, or planets, things called. They were up in arms. They were ready to break all the rules down. You know,
Yup.
she was proud. Julian, what do you think?
Oh, S tier. 100% S tier.
S tier.
Yes.
Oh,
Nobody deserves to
what?
live. Everybody should have been massacred in the most
Dude.
genocidal way
I mean,
possible.
bro, every subplanet. You know, remember that's when everybody got together. The little small council. Everybody
Screw those
got
small
together.
councils.
Yeah.
They don't deserve a
Yeah,
seat. On
I'm
the-
saying though, that episode,
Tax them without
every
representation.
single
She
person
ended up
got
getting
together,
the attention of
I mean,
Every
multiple
single
worlds.
bro,
She
every
was such
single
a
person,
threat.
yes,
Like,
every single person got together.
She was an Avengers level threat in a world with no Avengers.
Bro,
Okay.
it's crazy.
Her appearance was scarier than the Soul Collector.
Yeah, 1,012%.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
1,012%.
Her, they people were scared. Like the Minbari was scared, but everybody was scared.
Bro, there's a whole council, bro. Everybody, they have to count it together.
Vorlons even have to move. Like,
Yeah.
they don't do anything. They just put some very, very passive
Neutral,
philosophy
yeah.
that just is sophistry.
They put their one vote into a torpedo.
Yeah.
Take her out.
All right, I got an opinion. First and foremost, if not her, I feel like her technology will be brought up in the future.
Oh, please.
Right?
Yeah, I
Right,
believe so.
and you know where my theory's leading to. My theory's leading to that machine that the old lady was using is her technology.
You think so?
I 100% think so. It's old, ancient technology by aliens that no longer are around, which are her, by the way. Her
people.
planet is
Yep.
wiped out.
She's the only person.
only one that was left. I believe that is hers. I 100% believe that is her. She is a great A. Like she's an amazing A character. Not S because she again wasn't around more. Right? She got wiped out. Right?
Yep.
That's it. But every single person. had involvement. Every single race had something to say. There was not one race who was like, nah, we're not going to look into this. Bro, every single body was ready for
multiple
this.
worlds.
I love, not only that, it showed her presence showed also the stance on Earth on what really they're trying to do, right? Of course, the bioweaponry, but when Earth basically
And she's
acquired
not
her,
an
good
S tier
points,
team?
fine.
yeah.
You're saying all this, and she's not an
But
S tier
it's
team.
because of her, like in terms of how much, like how many episodes that she was in. I have to also see compared to the over 22 episodes, she was only in one, right? That's why. That's my
A is
opinion
pretty
on
high
that.
Once
for that.
again,
A is like she's like a high A.
Yeah.
Like so that's why I say that though. But it is again not only her what she stood for, but what she uncovered as well. Like the plot that got so much thicker. Like it was like if she had this cornstarch to like your beef, bro. Like
You're
it was
really
thick.
hungry,
No,
huh?
but I'm saying-
Bro, it was thick, bro. Like once, because I knew the bioweaponry about like Earth taking, and then as soon as I saw that she was going to Earth, that's when I was like, oh, like that's when like it started clicking, bro. Like
Yeah.
two puzzle pieces just went, and they just snapped together. I'm like, whoa. You know, like it all kind of like humans are horrible. Type
What
shit,
I
you
wanted
know?
to bring up is to a point that we ended up making with the guy villain, where it was like if he was in another episode, he would have been A tier.
Colonel Ari.
Yeah, so he would have been A tier. If she would have been in another episode, she would
Yeah,
have been
but the
S
thing
tier.
is, he was good, but he was a threat to Babylon 5.
Exactly,
She was a
not
threat
like,
to everything. Like Michael
yeah,
said,
she was a
like,
threat to a population.
just that.
That's who she was.
The reason I'm agree with Michael when he said that her theory might come back up, her technologies, because she was protected by the warrior cat, the gray wind, is it called? The something wind,
Yeah.
and they protected her for years.
Mhm.
So they might have something that she left
Yep.
behind.
Mhm.
You know,
Or be able
so
to
I won't be
continue
surprised if
her
they do
knowledge.
bring something up. What was that? But that's a good point that you brought up that might come back. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on, guys. We still have a couple here to go.
Before you continue, though, a lot of people are saying we should have added Zathras, and somebody mentioned the guy from the Grail, which I think we should have added. The guy
What's
from the
what's
Grail.
that?
Yeah, the guy from the Grail.
Zathras.
Zathras was the
Yeah.
guy that was on Babylon 4.
The thing is,
The curse?
No.
Curse dude?
listen. The thing is,
Zathras.
there's a lot of people we could have put on this list. I wanted to keep in a way where we can control the time on it.
That's fair.
Because I didn't want to do. I mean, honestly we could have put like 30 people. on this, I think.
The only one I would say that we could have put on here was that commander.
The commander?
The
new one?
The commander that came out of nowhere. That oh my god, they were trying to fight against. No, was that the new
That was-
episode?
That was season 2. That was
Yeah,
season
yeah,
2.
you might be
no,
jumping.
No. That was season 2, bro.
All right, let's go. Let's go to Bester. Who's turning? Who starts it off?
I think you.
I started off. No, you just
I
finished.
think I wasn't present for
No, it's Gerard. Because I started the Deathwalker.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, Gerard, Bester. What do you think is Bester?
People
honestly.
are saying they can't hear me.
If you
Try
get
to
the mic,
move this.
Yeah, move that.
If that's the
Move
case.
that and put that mic.
Move that and actually talk closer to the.
Hello?
There you go.
There you go.
Sorry.
The thing is, I don't know much about him. I think I didn't really get too attached to that character itself, so I can't really say anything about it. I want to wait to see if maybe I remember anything that's super important about him.
Okay,
So just skip me for right now.
I'm gonna skip you for now. Maybe you totally forgot who he is. Julian, what do you think about Bester?
That's hard to say. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to say.
What?
Every single time we've seen him, he's been a major threat. It seems like he's always. Julian's mic is off.
Is it off?
No, hold on, I'll tell you right now.
I don't think so. Or is it that you
Hello?
guys been hearing him
Hello?
through my mic?
Possibly.
No, your mic is on.
Yeah.
It's definitely on.
Oh.
Tapping
Hold
my.
on. Yeah,
He said tapping by my Julian's mic did nothing. Tap your mic, Julian.
We're hearing it.
I know,
on our
but
side,
it may be
but not
somehow
on there.
the
Yeah.
All right,
Guys in the chat, did you hear Julian tapping mic real quick?
let's take a small. Guys, let's take a small break to see if we can fix it up real quick.
I want to see if they heard him though.
All right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Mr. Tickle Trunk, did you hear him tapping his mic? Please, someone say something.
Type one more time. Everybody be quiet.
Yeah, it's
Coming
definitely up.
across.
Yeah, we'll read it.
No, it's there.
Can we raise
I
his
can just
mic?
do something, bro.
Can I
I'm
do
so
We
stupid.
can
Best
do
case
that. We
scenario?
can
I
probably
hear it.
Yeah.
David Blue said I hear it. Hold up.
Yeah, just raise his mic a little bit. If that's the case.
Let's see. Yeah. Mr. Tickle Trunk, did you hear him tapping his mic? Yeah. He's on the list.
But Julian's also very soft spoken. So,
Yes,
so
I'm
we
very
won't take the breakdown.
Speak like a man, bro.
All right. So, Bester, sir.
I'm gonna say a solid B tier. I mean, we haven't seen too much of him. We've more so heard of what he's been doing and theorized. So, he's definitely been a villain. Michael has very strong feelings about this, I bet.
You're stupid.
Okay.
Right. You done?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, go ahead.
Beskar is Beskar is a world level threat. Okay, he. Let me tell you something. Beskar, don't you say something. Don't you say nothing. First and foremost, Beskar showed us that Psychor is completely evil, right? Or completely in cahoots with. I don't know if they're with Home Guard, but he showed us that Psychor. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that Beskar showed us the plot that we didn't know about.
No,
which was Psychor. Like, Psychor has their hand deep in the government. Like, deep in the government.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Come on, bro. Really? Yeah, of course you forgot about that, bro. Dude, Beskar was almost like the best evil character. Oh, my God, Bester.
He's going to be Beskar for the rest of the show.
Beskar, bro.
It's Beskar with a T.
Beskar was like one of the best evil villains. Like, he... Not only did he want to do, remember he went against another guy that basically like tried to command Sinclair because he wanted to do the wiping or some what was it of this guy. Oh my God, what was his name?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He wanted to like wipe him out basically. Like, oh no, he can't be around. Which of course then we saw that he basically elevated to something else. Which another thing that we saw which was happened with psychics and what the Psychor was doing to psychics basically. So again. Another. This was like the introduction of the humans, of the human race in general, basically like putting their toe into higher technology for military use, right? That's where it all started, right? Afterwards, we had the bioweaponry episode. Then we had the Deathwalker episode. But without Beskar's episode and what he did, shut up. without Beskar's episode. And the following episode after that, like he was basically like he initiated the wave, right? And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why I love him so much, and I love that he involved the Psychor into it.
So you saying B?
No, hell no. I'm saying A, bro. I'm saying A. He's a definite A, and I think it would be S if he was like in one more episode. Like he was amazing.
Saying there, but like. I want more of him on screen because it's all been behind the scenes. I want to see because when we first got introduced to him,
but does his name scare you?
Bester or Beskar? Beskar scares me, but Bester doesn't.
Bester, what like when you think about you think of him. Yeah. You think of him
No, I agree.
The problem is he had such a commanding figure when we first got introduced to him, and he had a charisma to him that it made me want more from him. But the fact that they keep him on the sidelines in the back, I get that they're trying to build up some like dramatic irony, I guess, and make him more bigger than what they've shown him to be right now. But like I haven't seen him. I want to see his acting. I want to see him in the front lines kind of, but at the same time being
like the same thing where Deathwalker the reason like why she's an A, I think, is the reason because she involved a really big plot. It's kind of the same thing with him. He involved a really big plot of just how much pull the Psychor has on the humans and how much really what direction the humans are going to right now. And that's why I think that he's an A tier. Not because I think he's like kind of the same thing as the Deathwalker, where Deathwalker involved the humans into trying to grab this technology, just like with this guy. We know that right now Psychor is injecting medicine and basically trying to make super Psychors or super psychics, and this is a result of one of them. You know what I mean? Like that's their containment. You know,
I'm gonna agree with Michael. I think he's an A tier. I think he's an A tier because he represents a huge threat. A huge divide, at least in the government. I won't be surprised that he was involved in the assassination of Santiago.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
that'd be dope.
But we're talking about Bester himself now. The actor himself appearing on the screen. Yes, I agree with you. We want to see more of him, and I have a feeling that he's not done.
Oh yeah,
I have a feeling we're going to definitely see more of him. But I thought that right off the bat, he made an impression right off the bat. He was reading people's mind. He didn't care whose mind he was reading when he was walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As soon as he walked in, the guy who checked him in was like, whole conversation with, and the guy didn't even know he was having a conversation with him. You know, the fact that he teamed up later on, even though it was behind the scene, like you mentioned, was Colonel Ari here, and they were pulling power moves, still shows that he is a threat, and I believe that he's gonna be a bigger threat. Now, with what's going on was well, you know what? Let me not get into that because I'm thinking about going to season 2 ideas, but I do think that we are going to see more of him, and I think that he's going to be a problem.
I can agree with it.
Okay, I think that and the actor was fantastic. He was phenomenal.
And not only that, I think his character is meant to go in the shadows. Like I think that's where the show wants him at. They want maybe just to show him. I think they want a mention of his name. I don't think.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
I don't think he's supposed to be on screen because it is in essence what he's trying to do is conniving. It is sneaky and it's behind the scenes. It's behind the curtains. Like we don't. The Psychor, what they're doing doesn't want the public to know. Like that's why I think he's so important. And bro, I wouldn't be surprised if he's pulling a million strings that we like all the things that are happening and we're like, oh my god, Bester's been up to this.
And maybe pulling strings that people are not even aware of.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's just manipulating people.
I get what you're saying. It's just I don't know. I want more him front and center.
And I think we will get that.
Yeah.
I think we will get that.
That's why for season 1 so far, he's B tier for me. But
what about you, Gerard? You got an opinion now?
He did. We started from. Do you remember anything?
So, yeah. Actually, you guys ended up bringing up a good point when you guys ended up saying that he ended up teaming up with the other dude. But just like if it was a master and the puppet, he was the master. So I would actually have to agree with the fact that he's A tier.
Yeah, so I think A tier would definitely be
because
a good
of the fact that he was actually the brains, not the bronze. So,
all right, so let's talk about Morden.
Oh,
all right, Julien, this is on you. Where would you put Morden at?
I'm so excited for this one.
Where would you put Morden? And I think he
so
appeared
excited.
in 2 episodes.
D. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he appeared in 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
No,
Yep.
Dude, I'm excited.
I
Go
think
ahead,
we've been hearing it
please.
more.
I'm gonna be real with you. Solid A tier.
Solid A tier.
Yep. He has a threatening presence. He has the charisma of a villain who can do way more than what he lets on. Every single time he's on the screen, he's maneuvering people around in ways that we don't really understand yet. He's obviously a threat enough that Kosh even had to get involved, which I really wanted to see that on screen, that fight.
I think that he beat up Kosh.
I do too.
I think he physically hurt Kosh.
I think Kosh had to get a new encounter suit, you know? But yeah, like he's threatening. Like even though he's
a problem.
Yeah, 100%. And him being able to maneuver Londo as he's doing. Oh my god, I really want to see more of where that's gonna go.
Oh my god,
that's so cool.
He had me worried for Londo.
Yeah, 100%.
Mike?
S tier. If there was a definition of S tier, it is him. He was only in 2 episodes, and I think that's all he needed to be an S tier. This guy single-handedly got the eye, right? So he got the eye. He basically soiled the whole plot of the Raiders, right? Remember, like it was like, oh nope. He was like, oh, you need the eye. Don't worry about it. Like that's when we found. That's when we found out that the Shadow People are so strong, like ridiculously strong, right? So that episode I would have put in there at an A tier. Right there, I would have put him at an A tier.
What tier do you want?
And also how the interaction with each character was also unveiled what every character knew, right? Delenn knows about the Shadow People. That's when we know Delenn knew about the Shadow. Like, I don't want you here. Like, no. Like, once he said that, she knows about the Shadow People, which also unveils another plot. Like, why does she know and not the other races know, right? That's one question that brings up to mind. Then, when he goes around and the other characters don't know, that's when it's like, oh, this is even better, because that means now that the Minbari know a lot more than they may be alluding to. Even though we already know that, they may know a lot more, which is kind of in what happened later on with her going in the chrysalis and stuff like that. And also her, no, this is all last episode of season 1, but her talking to Kosh, there might be more there, right? Next, right? That was just 1 episode. I would have put him at A. Now that last episode, man, that was insane, man. that was the creme of la creme. That was the reason as to why the season ended like that is because you needed to bring it more in, right? For a character to be so involved in the last episode of a season says a lot about why he's there and what tier he should be at, right? The very fact these guys took out a major operation of the Narn. Major operation of the Narn. Not only that, it shows us what Londo's like just motivations are. It shows us also how Londo feels about the whole scenario too. Because you know, Londo did say he wants to be again they want to be back on top, right? He wants to be back on top. However, it also shows us that he has morale. Like there's still
he's not a bloodthirsty monster.
He's not a bloodthirsty monster, right? Like he did feel bad about the whole scenario. So it's another race too. He involved. It's just so many things that he did that were again pivotal in the show. Player. That they literally like the fifth layer. Like that's why it's so important. And then of course fighting Kosh. Duh. But
I'm gonna have to agree with him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say he's high S tier.
Yeah, I think he's higher than Ivanova for sure.
Ivanova over here. I'm gonna say he's high S10. I tell you why. His first appearance blew our minds.
Mm-hmm.
What he can do blew our mind. Like that
when
episode.
Said,
we were like, "Oh my god!" Like, we were blown away with what happened in that episode when he showed up. What do you want? What do you want? Who knew that he was giving away candy like that? Who knew?
Hey man.
And the power he brought, the fact that he was a player that came out of left field and just changed the whole story. Changed the whole story right off the bat. So I thought he was one of the best characters in the show.
Too close to the mic.
And I got a feeling that he is going to definitely be. We know for a fact that he's going to be a major player for seasons to come.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if my biggest problem with him is the fact that he's manipulating Londo. He's manipulating Londo. He's manipulating the Centauri, and I wonder what it's going to lead to.
Yes.
You know, and like you mentioned before, Londo didn't seem like he wanted this taken care of the problem, but not the way it was handled.
Yeah, like
you know, so,
there's something there. I wouldn't say that there's human behind him because of course he's a different race, but like he cares, right? Like there's what is that? There's empathy behind him. Right?
I wonder because of that if Londo at some point might say to everybody else, guys. I made a mistake. This is the guy you should be worrying about.
Yeah, like he's not as much as a pawn as this guy thinks.
Correct. So he's S tier.
What is it? Morden? What's his name?
Morden. Yeah, Morden.
I forgot his name. What about you, Gerard?
So I've agreed with everything you guys have said because I think we were all thinking the same thing itself. And the fact that he's able to have an ambassador, I think it speaks a lot of you when you have an ambassador dancing in your hands. That means you're capable of doing much more. You're capable of not only fooling a representative of a species, which means that if you really wanted to, you could really take over their entire species if you wanted to.
And a big player,
so
too.
I would definitely say that he's definitely much higher than the ambassador himself. So yes, I would actually agree. He would be S tier. As of season 1, yes.
All right.
All right, Michael, go with you with Michael. Let's put Michael up on the board here.
All right. Dude, this I was actually dreading to be this one because he is so in between for me, but I love him as a character. I genuinely love Michael, right? Like I love him as a character. Like Babylon 5 would be like, it wouldn't be what it is for me without it, right? Now, I think he's very emotional as a character. I don't think he's the best leadership sometimes. I think he does some things that I don't like, but he's always been there when it matters, right? So I'm gonna put him at A tier, right? He's throughout the whole episode. There's throughout the whole season, so you really can't just narrow it down to as small as one episode, right? But just the fact that he's been there, he's had his own episode, right, where it really shows us his background. I do think he's a little stupid with his love. I'm like, come on, bro, shut up. Which is why he's not S tier, right? Like I think if it wasn't for that episode where like his whatever his like lover, that pissed me off. That episode pissed me off. I'm like, shut up, bro, stop it. I do love that he's connected to Mars and how he felt about Mars and like that when they were having their basically like I don't know, they were trying to throw a coup or whatever. But again, as a character, man, I love him. I love him, man. I think he's a really good character. I just can't put him at S because I just the amount of little things that like he may have not done great.
I'm gonna agree with you. I at first I was thinking B was him because he's the flawed character, but I think his flaws is what makes his character too.
Mhm.
You know, what I do like about him is the fact that he is loyal to a T. You know, if he's your friend and you need him, he will go above and beyond, and sometimes even further than that to help you out with your problems. You know, I love his relationship with Londo. I love the relationship he has with him. I love the relationship he had with Sinclair. The fact that he had the problem was, he had the problem with all females. It seems like in that matter. You know?
Right.
Like every female he comes across, like that's a problem.
Right.
That's a problem. That's a problem. You know,
I'm like, dude,
his niece or his friend's daughter. The problem he had with his girl over there in Mars that he was willing to. I mean, he made Talia, the pawn, make phone calls that she shouldn't have been making.
Yeah.
And giving out secrets that she shouldn't be giving.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put him on an A because I think he's a strong character in that sense, and his flaws, I think sometimes leads to his it makes sense to the decisions that he does make.
So the thing is, for me, I don't know, A. I feel like if he's an A, I feel like he's barely making an A. He would be a really high B for me, in all honesty.
I can agree with that.
Just because of the fact, and especially that we were talking about.
He's like a 92A.
I say 90.
Like a 90,
like
like
89, bro.
like
89, bro.
89.5, you got rounded up because
Like,
your teacher's nice. You know what I mean? Like your teacher's
because-
like, you know what, you get A.
He's
for
a
this.
late A,
Like-
top B.
Like you said, you know, the fact that he has some relationship with usually the other characters haven't been able to connect. Like, for example, with the lower deck. You know, he knows the spots. He knows who to talk to. Like, he has some connections. He's not just, you know, he's just not there showing that, oh, I'm the head of security. No, like, he's actually caring about people. He would actually help, give people jobs. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, he's making people snitches, but
Yeah, but
at
he's
the end of the day,
also
he's also
cop
giving
that
them.
cracks heads when he shouldn't be cracking heads the way he does.
Yeah.
So that's, which is the
Like,
reason.
he got strong-armed.
when he got like a little drunk, you know what I mean? He had that
Yeah,
one
that was
episode
pretty bad.
that was pretty
So,
bad.
That's the reason why I say he's not A for me. But at least he does bring some source of value to not only the big people that do make power moves, but also the people that normally you wouldn't really care about either. So I would say he would actually be like a very high, like he would be the very first of B. I don't think he deserves to be A.
Okay,
though.
so we got him at lower A, maybe
High
top
B.
What do you think, Julian?
About the same, to be honest. With yeah, look, maybe a low B. Honestly, I don't know.
A low B?
Yeah,
All right.
there's
now
something.
you're talking blasphemy, bro. I'm sorry. I got to hear why. What is the reason?
Witch hunt.
I don't
Witch
know,
hunt.
man.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Go ahead, tell me why.
why. For security chief, he does some really dumb moves. Like, he's the first one out on missions that he should not be out on. He's constantly doing something that he shouldn't be doing, whether it's beating up people just because of something they said. Communist. I don't know, man. Just, I love him as a character. There's a warm place for him in my heart.
So top B?
But at the same time, there's like a little bit in the back of my head where he's like, God, can you just not do that and do your job correctly? But at the same time, he's a great friend for Sinclair. He does do his jobs in
Sinclair
other
like a million times.
exactly, and he does his job in other aspects that are really, really great, like how he uncovered the president assassination, which was huge. But at the
That's
same
why he's A.
time, you know,
That's exactly why he's A.
He's flawed. He's flawed.
he's flawed, and that's what makes it hard for me to put him exactly where. If I'm gonna put him in B, I'm gonna put him below in the top, though.
You're stupid.
Really?
You are. Okay. No,
Yeah,
wait, hold up.
we-
We
we-
outvoted there. No,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
buddy.
Nah, I feel
Top
like
B.
that's
You're
okay.
ridiculous.
Top B,
That's fine.
average,
You're ridiculous.
No, you're
average,
good.
Alright,
top
shut up.
B.
I'm
Yeah,
killing
yeah,
you
no.
after this.
Before I get to the next person here, we got top 5 here left coming up. But I definitely want to go to Julien over there because he seems to be having a conversation on his own. And every so often he's laughing. What are you laughing at? Share what you laughing at?
Nothing.
What's going on in the chat? That you over here
Zatras. So
every time.
I don't. I've been commenting too.
So I see, I
So
see a
we've
lot
been-
of Zatras there.
bro.
Somebody-
Zatras is like the number one key player right now.
Yeah,
So
people
like,
are really, really loving Zathras. Somebody mentioned though that Garibaldi should have a tier for his receding hairline, and then somebody else mentioned that like, if Jakar isn't S tier, I'm unsubscribing. that made me laugh really hard. I don't know why.
We don't do well on threats.
Yeah, there was one that almost made me pee myself, but I had to like hold back. But yes, please keep making me
Please don't
laugh.
pee on yourself.
Keep saying
Yeah, so we can get more
keep
views.
saying socialist and communist when I think you mean fascist. No, you know what? I meant socialist and communist because they're both fascists.
Sartre's is
Capitalism.
All right, let's go.
All
America.
right, let's go forward. I'm going to start off with Londo here. To me, Londo's S tier right off the bat. I love Londo. I think Londo is probably, I want to say that he's probably my favorite character in the whole show.
Okay, but
I
are
mean,
you giving
hold
him
on, hold on.
S tier
Shut
because
up.
he's...
You get a chance to talk. I think that his vision to what the Centauri will become, or what he used to be, the fact that he's together now with Morden, that might happen. Like Londo, I fear might become the friendly, jovial guy, to a giant threat, to a major threat if he ends up teaming up with the Shadow People, right? And apart from that, the actor is phenomenal. I love every time that he's talking with Jakar. When him and Jakar are on the screen, to me, is magic.
Mm-hmm.
I can live for that all day long. Every time there's a scene, even if it was a comedy scene, and his jabs, his jokes, his backhand comments, everything is fantastic. Plus, he's a major player. He has the purple files. Remember the purple files?
Mm-hmm.
That he said that if those go in the wrong hands, all of the Centaurs would drop, would fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
He's a major player, and he knows he's a major player. Matter of fact, I think that he's showing everybody that he's a buffoon, but he's not a buffoon.
He's above everybody.
That he's not. That's the impression he's leaving behind. But he is somebody to be reckoned with. Simple as that. So I think that Londo is up top there. He's S tier. He's S tier, in my opinion. Simple as that. Go ahead.
All right. So, for my opinion, I don't think Londo is S tier.
What?
I don't.
We're gonna lose people here, left and right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I don't.
People left
All right,
and
go
right.
ahead, say something
While
stupid.
I already
He's deep
agree
here.
the fact-
Shut up.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
He's getting played. And while you were talking about, to your point of the fact, he's going to be the solution to a major threat, he's also the reason to the major threat. This dude got...
I don't know about the reason behind the major threat, but go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
This dude literally got played for. He literally got played.
We don't know that.
By someone...
We don't know that. We don't know what you mean. What do you mean by played? Because he hasn't lost anything.
He hasn't lost any, okay, correct. He hasn't lost anything technically at that point. He's actually been gaining itself. But the fact that he doesn't know what he's working with, on the fact that it's actually could be, like you said, he's going to be the solution to a major threat happening. But the fact that he ended up playing with something that he's not supposed to play with. I would say that he's above everyone else in the A tier. So like I said, he will be the first one in A tier because, like you said, he is a major player. He is an ambassador for a reason.
So you say he's top A tier?
Top A.
You're insane.
He's don't get me wrong. He's an ambassador. He is an ambassador for a reason. He is a person that has power moves, like you said, with the purple files and everything like that. I do agree with that. But the fact when it comes to S tier people should end up having to be people that a whole population, multiple worlds would have to go.
I want to get my
All right,
opinion
go
so
ahead.
bad.
You know what? I'm gonna end the
my
day.
God.
I want
End
to
it
hear
there.
what Michael has to say.
No. I gotta go Julien.
I want to hear what Michael has to
I'm
say.
gonna destroy you. I'm gonna demolish you.
Go
It's
ahead.
taking a lot of energy not to hit Gerard with my microphone.
You know what I mean?
Says the one that ended up saying that somebody else was S tier. Stop.
Go ahead.
Michael, you're gonna have to go first because I'm gonna say some unsavory things.
All right.
Go ahead, Michael.
Keep it clean.
Go ahead.
All right. Again, I'm gonna start off. Gerard, you're stupid.
Actually-
Second, bro. Londo is the biggest player. Londo is
S?
the definition. He's above everybody in S, bro.
What?
Londo is the biggest player, bro. Londo, first and foremost, as a character, he's amazing, right? He shows his facade that he doesn't care, and then he does things for like Garibaldi when Garibaldi was hurting. He does things for him. He does things for when Sinclair, even though he doesn't agree with Sinclair sometimes. Like he's an amazing character. Just like Ray said, he's an amazing actor. Like you can't see Londo without being Londo, right?
That's why Babylon 5 won't exist without Londo.
Londo is an amazing character. I love the fact that Londo is for his people. I love I'm gonna say I love the humanity behind Londo, even though he's a different race. Like you can tell, like he's hurt, bro. He's like, man, I wanted my people back on top. He tells you his backstory, he's going through it right now, and he's doing whatever he can for his people. Like he's oh my god, he's amazing. He's an amazing character. everything right now that towards the end of the series that we're seeing with what do you want? And the shadow people is because of him. Technically, the major war that's probably gonna go down between the Narn and he's Centauri, right?
Centauri.
Yeah, and the Centauri, which I think is gonna happen. I know we alluded to maybe something different later, but I think is gonna happen is because of Londo's decision to like say yes to this guy. And of course, yes, he right now he doesn't know he's getting played, and that was only alluded to, I believe, in the last episode of the first season 2, but he doesn't know that right now, right? He is doing whatever he can for his people. I think that, like, I really don't think you understand that another thing. He's an amazing pilot. Like, out of all this,
the pilot thing, yeah.
He's a drunk. He gambles, but then he does things like help Garibaldi out. He helps Sinclair out, and then he goes out and goes, "Yeah, I'll pilot. I'll be the pilot." And then he's not only a pilot, he's amazing, a super pilot. He was flying in and out of those missiles like crazy. I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's amazing." So I just think that
I want to add to what you're saying there. Of all these characters here, what I'm about to say may be controversial, but of all these characters here, if they ever made like a spin-off origin story,
I agree.
I will of all the characters, Londo, I will watch that more than anybody else. Any other character in this list.
Agreed.
I will watch any backstory, any origin story, a whole movie, whatever, just on Londo. Dude, I will be there.
The guy who wanted to kill him. You remember?
Let me say something real quick. So based off everything, like I do agree with you guys. He is an awesome actor, but not only that, he is a good character. He is someone that he is the actual comic relief, not his assistant. No, he does an amazing job. But if this is the case, if it's something that we're gonna be keeping him into the S tier, definitely do not agree that he would be above the shadow
Morden.
person. Yeah. I don't think that he would be number one for that point.
Dude,
that's the case.
The shadow person wouldn't be anything without him, bro. If he would have never said anything, he wouldn't have even been here, bro.
But the thing
like he would have probably done something else, of course, to be in the show. But he wouldn't have like,
hey, bro.
Hey, bro, you say something. I'm saying something.
I was still talking. That was the thing. All right, but the thing is, like, you're right. Correct. If it wasn't for Lando actually taking the bait, we wouldn't have seen anything, right? But remember, our points have to be with season 1 itself. He is getting played in season 1. Yes, because he doesn't know about it yet. We know.
Yeah,
we're getting points that it's on during season 1.
And for the shadow person,
and for the shadow person itself, he didn't have to even give the bait itself. He literally just took an outpost if he wanted to. He's just trying to make a show out of it.
No, but Morden is not. He's not working on himself. He's just representing people. So I don't think he's the threat. He's just a salesman.
Well, okay, correct. But just like with Londo himself being ambassador, he can't move by himself.
We don't know that. He has the eye now.
Well, he has the eye. Clearly, he was literally arguing against the other ambassador about, you're not letting me use your the outpost, or whatever. But yet, it took somebody else to be able to do what he couldn't do.
Bro, what? What? Gerard?
What do you mean? What?
Gerard. They couldn't do nothing at the time because it was the most heavily guarded outpost that there was by the Narn. And of course he's gonna use Morden whatever he can do to try to get that base. But like he definitely was he's an amazing player. He's strong as hell. He's gonna be in contention once they figure out the eye. Like if the strategy behind Londo is that not only is he in a great role at being on Centauri right now, like he has a high status. He now has the eye. What represents their emperor? What represents their king? I don't know what they called it.
Emperor.
Yeah, emperor. Was it emperor? Yeah. What represents their emperor? Right now, this key action that he just did, I'm almost positive is going to be a pivotal thing that's going to be coming up in season 2. I don't think it's a sign of weakness. And I think it's going to be something where he becomes the key player for the Centauri. Like, he might just become the emperor. Like, of course, dude, we do know he is getting played.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be absolutely crazy.
We do know
ends up being an emperor.
We do know he's getting played, right? But at the same time, the very fact that he's willing to put himself in the position to try to make his people the best that they possibly can be is like like it's so deep as a character. Not only that, we found out that he did some messed up things too, man. He had that guy, remember that whole episode where the guy was trying to literally kill him? Remember that episode? And we're like, oh man, like Londo's deep. Like he's a deep character, man.
You're forgetting also when he like was in love with that one dancer and she
yeah,
had to leave
man.
him. Like,
and like he was like, I don't care about like what you like. If you're not Centauri, I still love you for you. Like it was like, and it meant a lot. I was like, man, this guy there's a human emotions that I love about him too.
And like his whole thing with oh my god, I lost the thought. Oh, it was such a good thought too. Either way, Londo's highest tier. He has to be like first or second. Like I can't. Definitely above Mr. Morden. Definitely above, because he set so much expectations for us. He's delivered on set expectations. He has the wisdom to him. He has the sense of like an old warrior that's basically seeing the downhill side of his society,
the decline.
And he knows he has to do something about it, doesn't know how to do it, and at the same time he has this like moral conundrum of if he does do something, he's betraying what his republic was, but at the same time if he doesn't, then he's gonna let it fall, and he's
doing whatever he has to do.
Exactly.
He is doing the moves that probably others will not do.
Exactly.
And like he's doing it just for his people. That's why I love him so much.
I want to bring up
he's so three-dimensional.
I want to bring up something that the chat is trying to say, or Raktus is trying to say. So like, I mean, if you say Londo is a major player due to the deal that he made with the Mr. Morden, you have to remember that Gerard basically did the same thing without Morden in the first episode of the season.
No, but listen, hold on. But I don't think
just one
he's not a main player because of Morden. He's been a main player for some time now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Julien over here bringing. Not Julien. Gerard bringing up the fact that he's a main player because of Morden. Absolutely not. I believe, but we don't know from the get-go he's a main player from the get. Matter of fact, he even stopped that special prayer that Gerard had going.
Not only that, but in the gathering, he was the narrator. Yeah, in the first episode.
Listen, there is something with Londo that he's sick of where they've been. He's sick of the decline of his people, the fact that they're like a relic of the past. He don't want that. He wants them to be back in power.
And that's why we know so much about the Centauri too. And that's why we know so much.
Not S tier because of Morden. Absolutely not.
No. I think it puts him higher on S tier because of Morden. Because
it was surprising.
It was surprising in what he did.
His reaction though to it was the best.
Like,
he understood that how big of a threat the space station was, but the way that Mr. Morden just genocided them made him feel emotions, and he was like, "Oh my god, you killed them in cold blood."
Like he wasn't just he wasn't just bloodthirsty. He was like, he wants the Republic back to where it was, but he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it at the expense of what it used to be, where it used to be the Narns being slaves to them. And I really think that is true about him. I think if he was in a position of power and he was able to like enslave the Narn people, I don't think he would. I think he would for sure not.
Well, listen, we got to finish this up here. I do want to say though that one of the main factors that I thought was really key was when Morden first asked him, even before Morden did him any favors. He asked him, "What do you want?"
He went off, bro.
And when he broke down exactly what he wanted, that was like, pow, that was such a powerful moment.
Yes.
That was such a powerful moment where he felt about his people and where they need to be at. So that was perfect. I'm thinking about it right now, I'm getting goosebumps. Just thinking about that one scene.
And the way he like the actor himself, the way he delivered the line.
Top tier, bro.
With the charisma, the impact, the actual feeling to it with just like, it was so great. Londo's amazing.
All right, so that was Londo. Gerard, let's go over to Sinclair.
Oh my God. No, not because Gerard is here. No, because I got a few things that I'm just thinking
about.
Hey, I thought you were talking about Sinclair too, but the whisper, like the little whisper in my back of my head was saying the same thing.
Where does he belong, sir? What do you think, Gerard?
Damn, this is hard.
It is hard, bro.
If you want to hold on and skip, and we'll get back to you.
I'm going to have to skip on this one.
Julien?
This one's hard.
You can say anything with you. You want to skip and skip?
C tier.
C tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he makes the right calls. He's a great commander. Definitely relatable to the people. He definitely tries to look for the right route, but he is constantly moving before actually delegating people to do problems.
He's not good at delegating.
Yeah, no, he's great as a person. He's Jimmy Carr. Great person, horrible leader. Like, does not know how to lead his people. And it constantly drains me because we always see him going into the dangerous parts of space and whatever. And it just constantly drains you. It's like one of these times he's going to just blow up. And then what happens? Who takes over Babylon 5? Ivanova. But then what happens? Easily he opens up a whole new thing where Home Guard could put in their own commander, or it just would create such political tension. And he knows he's in a delicate area, but he continuously tries to challenge fate, and it's just so bothering. He doesn't actually lead. He's just a foot soldier, and in my mind, definitely a great character. Definitely three-dimensional, definitely makes you relatable, but at the same time, he's such a drain. Every single time, it makes me want to go inside the show and just give him a good whack in the face and tell him, listen, stop what you're doing. Oh my God.
All right, then, Michael, what do you think?
There's a great captain. Was it Ivanova? Not Ivanova. What was that captain from Battlestar Galactica?
Odama.
Odama is the definition of a great captain, right? He's an amazing, amazing captain, right? He can delegate, he can do all these things. Sinclair, I would agree with Julien. He is a foot soldier. That is all he is. He's a foot soldier with a fancy title. That guy does not know. I wouldn't say C though. I think he would be B. But
okay.
I hate the fact that like he goes and does everything on himself. I'm like, dude, bro, you got a staff of people. Like, we know you got a whole bunch of staff under you. Go do something, bro. Lead him, please, for the love of... Bro, there's a guy right now that we don't even know about. He's in the background. He's like one of the security guards. He's like, he just got hired from the university of whatever. He's like, I'm so excited to do this. And he like, every single time, he just sees Sinclair with a gun run by him. Stay right there. Like, dude, I'm here, bro. Like, let me do something. He puts himself in danger so many times, and the station in danger so many times. He's a smart, when it comes to his like he's very strategic in terms of like what he can do, how he can place people in different places, and what he like his influence over just the things that can happen over the station. Of course, because he's captain, but he's also a very good strategist. However, he just doesn't know how to get out of danger's way. Like, he needs to stop doing that. Like, I want to see Sinclair just not, be don't lead the pack every single time. Like, go tell someone to do something, right?
And we
like,
know he's a calculated mind. Like, he can do it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. And
I think, and again, and I do agree. Again, he's made vital decisions. Like, he's made great decisions. It's just, it gets me angry every single time I get him on it. Like, every single time I see him on the ship, oh, let's go explore this. Like, bro, no, don't go to a world that's blowing up. Why would you do that, bro? That is ridiculous. You got a whole Babylon 5 up there, bro. Like, you go tell someone to do that. Like, there's other people, intelligent people under you that can do that, and that's the essence of how I feel about Sinclair and why I think he's B tier. Of course, now the good things about him, of course, is that he's again very smart. He's basic. We see most of the show through his scope. By the way, I don't know, like he's kind of, you would say definitely like if there was a main character, it would be Sinclair. And of course, there is allude that he is gonna. It was alluded to that he's gonna be definitely somebody in the future that we're gonna see, like in literal terms, the future. When we saw Babylon 4 and stuff like that, but. Again, I would just say that he just needs to sit back. That's all he needs to do.
I believe he's A tier. I believe he's A tier because, his flaws are apparent. He seems to have a death wish upon him. He's always trying to go first. He wants to be the one in battle. I feel like he's trying to relive or capture something that he lost or missed out on. He wants to be that hero warrior, like you guys said, like a foot soldier and whatnot. But at the same time, as a leader, I think you guys are a little bit wrong. I think as a leader, he's a really good leader. I think he's made some decisions. I think that he has diffused so many problems that could have been absolutely major. Even the fact was Lieutenant, that Colonel, like he diffused that. That was all on him. The diffusion what he did was who was it? Who else he did? Thing is that he is a good leader. Not just a good leader, he also has your back. If you work for him, if you are under him, he has your back. Mm-hmm. He'll go out, he'll go fight for you. But again, not S tier because of the fact that he wants to go out there, he wants to go fight. He puts himself in danger unnecessarily countless times. So to me, he's like a low A because of that. But I wouldn't.
You wouldn't knock him.
I wouldn't knock him for that. You know, there's something going on. There's something definitely deeper with him, which I hope we'll find out more. Hopefully, on why he makes those type of decisions. But I also think that he's being manipulated by the Minbari.
Okay.
I really think that he's not aware of how much of a pawn he's being used as, you know? And I don't want to get into what we saw in episode 1 that had to do with him and the Minbari and that I was alluded to. Not just yet, not until we're done with those episodes. But I don't think he'll be as. And going back to what Michael said about Adama when we first started talking about captains, I don't think he's top tier captains.
No.
Between Adama, between Malcolm, Captain Kirk.
What about Firefly?
Malcolm. Yeah. Those I don't think he can. I won't follow him as much as I'll follow the other captains before I get to him.
I would say he's kind of in line with Kirk. I know Kirk.
Yeah, because Kirk does a whole bunch of shit about himself too.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kirk goes into battle.
No, he doesn't.
Willingly, he delegates properly.
Probably just right below Kirk, and Kirk actually has. Experience.
I will say something, Gerard, before you go. That's something I got brought up in the chat, which was, do you guys think that Morden is above? And you guys were talking about plot, but you weren't thinking about what about? And then he said, "But you guys," and then he question marks, but you didn't put Sinclair above him. The reason I think all of us are saying this is because yes, he's a pivotal plot, right? But Morden plays his role really well in terms of literally being the shadow character, being that character that he's a pawn for probably the shadow people and doing what he has to do. While Sinclair, of course, is a big player in the plot. We know that he's a main character, but in terms of his actual role within the show of being the captain or the commander of Babylon 5, he's not a great one, and I think that's as to why we don't put him on the S tier. I just want to answer that question.
When we're done here, I'm sorry. When we're done here, we can do a quick adjustment if we need to do an adjustment afterwards.
Yeah. I will say iFly did bring something up that does kind of change the factor in a way. B5 is a diplomatic station, and there's no better diplomat. I will admit that. Sinclair is definitely
but if he gets killed because he decided to go catch a kite,
that's true.
A piece of garbage that flew out, then there you go. There goes your answer there.
But I will say he's a good diplomat. But he's not an ambassador, so that does also skew it the other way.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gerard. The reason why I needed to be skipped at first, and I needed to hear all of you guys' points, because I was in between how Michael had him at B, Ray ended up having at A, Julien ended up having him at C, right? So I was more in between A and B, and while you guys pretty much just ended up putting all of the points out there as well, but especially to put more strength to your points as well. I wouldn't move him too high on A, or put him on S tier, just like how Michael ended up saying itself. When it comes to Sinclair and him actually being put as a commander, we also have to bring up the fact that he didn't get put as a commander because of his abilities or anything like that. He got pushed to be the commander because of the war, the Minbari War,
which I still think is the reason why he's a puppet.
He wasn't really there based off. He's not a commander based off his ability compared to other actual commanders from different shows and everything like that. It was just based off a diplomatic
concept. That's a very good point.
So I was in a battle between A or B. But just if it's more towards the end of A, I would agree. So I think I would have changed
just because of that point. I didn't even think about that point. I think I would put him at A now because of literally. I think maybe that's what his character is.
That's what what he was built for. He is built for. He was a great soldier. That's what you could say when he was a great soldier, a great pilot, and everything like that. But he was put in a position that he ended up having to then take on all of this responsibility.
So he's doing the best he can with what he got.
Correct. But I wouldn't move him. I wouldn't move him too much with A. If this is the case, I would leave him just where he's at.
At A, okay.
I mean, he could have rejected the role. He didn't have to accept it, but I get what you guys are saying.
Yeah. All right, Julien. Jakar. Ooh, yeah. Remember, we have subscribers. We're almost next to 10,000.
And we got 50,
remember the points back
50 people
back
in
that
here.
I said?
What's up, guys?
Can we just make a different like tier list and we could just add Jakar as his own separate? No, it's hard. It's a throw up. I'm not gonna lie, because in the beginning, he was the perfect bad guy. It was somebody that you could genuinely hate easily, and as the season goes on, you get to understand his point of view. You start assimilating with him, but he also is. I don't want to say immature, but like he's very retaliatory on everything.
He's really angry.
Yeah.
He's very angry.
I don't want to say A, but at the same time, I don't want to say S. But he's definitely 3-dimensional. He plays off of Londo.
Are you saying
perfectly. B? No. Like I'm just saying, like between A and S, like definitely not below any of that. He plays off of Londo great. The rivalry is amazing. The backstory of his people being enslaved by the Centauri is amazing. His understanding of the way the world works, even though his race is like a really young regime right now, because they were saying like obviously the regime just came about. As an ambassador, I think he does do great moves. I do think it blows up in his face more often than he expects it to, though. Nataf is a great follow-up for him.
Yeah, she compliments him very well.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely he's a warrior too. Like we've seen him fight a few times, although he's gotten his ass kicked. I'm gonna say like high A, maybe low S. He's somewhere around low S. Put him at low S.
Okay, low S.
There's a good warm place in my heart for him, and I also don't want to lose subscribers.
No, but I want you to be sincere. I want you to be sincere. As much as you talk about the subscribers, we love you all. But I want to hear what you got from your heart.
No, yeah. I really like him as a character, and he does deserve low S tier.
All right, you ready? Yeah. And the only reason I would put him here and not at S, he is the highest on A, right? And the only reason being is I think he's a great character, but I hate that he involves himself in the little things, right? What do I mean by this? You remember the TKO episode where the everybody had like a uprising because humans and like
what's TKO?
TKO. Humans and they shouldn't be involved in our sport, whatever. You remember? And he was part of that.
Was he part of that?
Yeah, he was, and that Sinclair got angry at him because of that. And I was like, the whole time I was thinking, Jakar, this is little shit. I'm sorry to say, this is little.
That's what I meant by
this is tiny. This is so tiny. Like just that episode put him there because it annoyed me that him being who he is as a character, as his presence and all he brings to the table, just that I'm like, all right, you need to like take 2 steps back, bro. Like you got a macro size like scope of things. You should not involve yourself in these little tiny things of humans are fighting taekwondo, whatever, bro. Like we know what it's gonna be like. Like I don't think, of course, everybody hates TKO as well. Like if it was taken out as an episode as a whole, of course, but it wouldn't mean anything. But because of that fact, it kind of just really annoyed me. I was like, bro, like to me, I love what he. I think if anything, he could be like, I can make an argument of him being low S tier, but just because of that fact that he was in that episode, I would put him at high A tier just because he is a great character. I love the complexity of his character too. Like again, just like Londo, he's not just like a crazy maniac who just hates everything that the Centauri do. The Centauri do. Yeah, and like we've seen him like actually like talk sometimes, and even when he's like talking to the Lenn, it's pretty good because he's like, okay, like he's not just hating of everybody, right? But he I like that he also like feels for the smaller races too because he was there before.
Impulsive, that was the word. Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't mean
but at the same time, just like you said, that again, that only that one episode is the one that got me over the edge. I was like, it pissed me off.
Okay, but what about when like the chat's mentioning, what about the episode where we saw Miss Sakai in the surveying the planet, and then there was that.
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
So
he has that like outlook where he does have some wisdom to him. He understands that there's more to the universe and everything.
And that's what again. That's why I put him at high A tier. I think he might be at low S tier, and I could be convinced as to doing wise. But even with that action, to me, it's just, again, that little small involvement in sometimes the smaller things where he can get annoyed quickly. And, sometimes like where he doesn't see the bigger scope, like as a character, for example, let's say we're talking about like Londo and Jakar going against each other. I think Jakar is just more like, even though he does have his flaws as well, I think Jakar is more knowledgeable of what is the macro scale and what are the better things to do at that given scenario, right? So that's what I think about when I think about Jakar.
See, I got to disagree with you guys. I think that he's a high S behind Londo. Not in front of Londo, but behind Londo is where I think he's at.
Mhm.
Okay? Now, I'm going to say that because, first of all, where he comes from, what his people been through, and what he has to do, he does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. He's been stepped on by all these races. They survived the Centauri takeover, and the fact that they're growing and getting more powerful because of that on an act of revenge is to get revenge, right? But at the same time, if you go back to when Morden asked him, what do you want? He really just wanted peace for his people. At the end of the day, he just wanted peace for his people. Not bloodthirsty and take over power and whatnot. He wants to make sure that his people can live in peace. Okay? And he knows how to play the system. If you go back to the gathering, he almost had Sinclair thrown out the Babylon 5.
True, I didn't even think about
and
that.
he used everything in his power. He knows how to use the tools at his disposal to his best ability. And he uses it well. He knows when to start a strike.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree with you.
So I think that he's a lot more powerful, a lot more conniving than you guys give him credit for. Now, does he get hurt a lot? Does he get tricked a lot? He does. That happens. Matter of fact, that one episode where I think it had to do with the files as well, where they played Jakar to get information for Londo back. There was something that tricked. I forgot what the episode was, but they tricked Jakar to help Londo out. And that kind of got me angry that they played him like that. And that Sinclair was leading that thing. That was awful. I didn't like that at all. Mm-hmm. But there are things that Jakar does that I think are super important, super powerful, and he has a lot of ability about him. He's a lot more complex than we give him credit for.
I like his comic relief too.
And going back to saving the surveyor, and he knew what was there. Mm-hmm. When he was talking about the ant. And we know what is that? Like, we don't know what that is. There are things that will leave you baffled. So he knows what's out there. He knows the struggle there was. So I think Jakar is probably one of the main reasons that the Narn are as high as they are. I think because of all his power plays, Mm-hmm. And I really do think that at some point we're gonna see him and Londo go throwing hands. Something's gonna happen.
Pew, pew, pew.
But I do think that definitely that Jakar is higher than A for sure.
High A. Then he involves himself in stupid shit. Like.
Yeah, but that's fine. Remember, he comes from the ground up.
I know,
you know what I'm saying.
But if you come from the ground up, you already know you up, man. You know where you up.
Listen,
he's too high of a position to be doing stupid shit like that.
I don't
Way
know.
too high of a position.
All right, that episode was bad.
That episode was horrible, but it was still an episode, unfortunately.
Yeah. But the other episodes where he's doing power moves overshadow that small one.
All right,
again.
Let me add one more thing before because I haven't been able to say it. But even
every time Gerard
he just has something against
you're
me.
Stupid.
All right,
you're
either way.
Stupid.
So the reason why I was so in touch about like Londo itself, I felt like Jakar ends up having a hand over Londo. The reason why, not only what we ended up saying earlier, Jakar did what Londo wasn't able to do without help. But with Jakar, remember that episode with the outpost itself, he ended up realizing that there is a third party involved, that it couldn't be Londo's people.
Correct.
So he was able to bring that out without even having to make a big deal about it. He knew that he needed to move quick without people being realization, because there's something coming. And that was still season 1. That was not even season 2 coming to be, if that's the case. So the reason why I was so in touch with Londo being a high S tier was because which is my fault. I forgot that, Jakar still hasn't been brought up yet, is the reason why I feel like Jakar has been able to do things, even though based off what Ray ended up saying earlier before, that yes, Londo's people had Jakar's people like enslaved and stuff like that. I understand, but that's in the past. We're talking about now in the present on how well Jakar has been able to make his moves to the point where he is an ambassador now. So when it comes to Londo and Jakar, for my honest opinion, I feel like Jakar is higher than Londo himself, just based off like his full alone strength, and the abilities that he has gathered so far has been through triumphs, has been through victories and things like that. Not just because you were born in a high place or anything that ended up giving you
Say, bro.
He crawled his way
anything
up
that ended up giving you an advantage over other people. So I feel like Jakar is higher than Londo.
I will say also Jakar.
You say Jakar is higher than Londo?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know about that, but I will say Jakar definitely does know how to do his job as an ambassador as well, and we see that when the space station is built, and he puts up a tough front against every other race. Like it got to the point where Londo had to actually get outside help in a way that wasn't diplomatic. It went beyond his abilities as a diplomat. So I'm gonna say that Jakar knows how to definitely, like you were saying,
He knows the tools that he needs to use and how to use it.
He is
and
a
the fact that
full-blown
when you brought up
definition
that he left
of an ambassador.
He left knowing what the threat is. Not he's knowing exactly what it is, but knowing that there
needs to be something to be done.
There's a new player in the game.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, come on.
That doesn't come to A or B tier people. That was big brain.
Yeah, yep.
That was big brain.
Yep.
All right. Oof. That was good. All right.
Now I feel better.
He went from B
now
to
I feel
to
better.
S.
Now I feel better.
Wait, hold on. He's below Londo for sure. All right.
No.
Well, we can go back and adjust
Hold
a
on,
bit.
hold on. What you mean? We voted.
No.
You voted above Londo. Nobody else did.
You voted too. You voted low S.
That's what I'm saying. So why is he at the highest S?
Because we ended up that way. We're going to adjust afterwards.
That's cat, bro.
I made a good point. You just mad that I made a good point.
Yeah, when it went your
Yeah.
way earlier,
No,
you
I
were fine
said
with
S. I said S, but
When it's
definitely
yo,
not
when
that
it's
high.
Gerard,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yo.
those are 3S.
well, not that high though.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Hold on. We're not done.
Nah.
Anyway,
I'm just
no,
saying,
going
bro. This
over.
is not a fair voting system.
Really?
You've
All
rigged
right.
the votes. Tyranny.
Mike Delenn.
Man, let me tell you about Delenn, man. Now you want to talk about an S tier. You want to talk about an S tier. This conniving, this beautiful bald-headed woman here. Just want to rub her head and just see my future. All right, first and foremost, she, from the get-go, we knew she was powerful, right? And she has made pivotal movements throughout this whole show that at the end, we were like, what? What? She was Cash? Like, when she, like I don't think you guys understand how big, like, her, like, when you're talking about plot, when you're talking about crazy plots, hers has probably been the biggest, right? She has made moves throughout the show. Like, it has never been an episode like Jakar, where I just mentioned, where he did something stupid, or Londo drinking and doing something stupid. It has never been an episode where I thought, okay, she did something stupid, right? Even when she got caught, when she did but that was in the.
It still went her way.
Then that's season 2, right? Yeah, that is season 2. So it's not even season 1.
No,
that's season 1. That's season 1. Even when she got caught, it still went her way, and it shows just how powerful she was about to be. The leader of the Minbari people. Like, she's hard, bro. She's hard. You could definitely tell. Talking about someone who has made power plays, she has made the most in terms of coming up from wherever she came up, bro. She was the leader of the Minbari. The leader. She was in the Great Council. She was the one who, she was a Satai in the Great Council. She was going to be leading the Great Council. She had a big involvement with Sinclair's plot as well. She's in everything. She's in everything. Even from the get-go, we didn't even know she was planning to become a crystal.
You think high S?
She is, in my opinion, above Jakar, below Londo. Below Londo. Above Jakar for sure, though. Below Londo. She is, again, I don't think she's made a dumb play. Everything that she has done, there has been something strategic and smart, to the point that we still don't know if that guy being in the planet matters, but it's a Minbari in that planet right now.
Minbari in that planet.
It's a
voice in the wilderness.
It is a Minbari in that planet. She got that little triangle. We know she can move.
And she put him there.
And yeah, she put him there. We know she got that triangle. She's willing to use the beep. You're done. It's over for you.
You're done, son.
It's over for you against her own people, against the warrior caste, knowing the repercussions it can have. And after everything they find out, she goes, you know what? Shut up. Kiss my hand. Kiss me, bruh. Kiss me. You know what? Shut your mouth, bro. You know who I am? Like, just that fact and what she has been able to do, just manipulate people and put them in the right places, and again, get what she really needs for the Minbari. is a crazy. Oh, and then of course we found the crazy plot of why the humans were not extinct because of her. You know what I mean? That crazy plot was because of her. Like she was a pivotal in that plot. That she kept this from her people. That she's willing to do this as her destiny, and again give up that position of oh my goodness, I forgot that position.
The Lord, the leader.
I think again.
Ducat. I don't know if that's actually the role
I
name.
think the guy who died. Yeah.
Don't take away his pot.
Yeah.
I just like the name.
Yeah,
though,
Delenn makes
Ducat.
things happen. Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna go with that. Delenn is high tier S. High tier S.
Above Londo.
Londo.
Yes.
I love Londo. Let me
Yes,
tell you,
bro.
I
can agree though.
I think Delenn's probably the most dangerous person in the whole
I can
cast.
agree though.
I think she's the most dangerous person in
Yes.
this whole entire
I
cast.
agree.
Even above Kosh, in my opinion.
What?
Because I think she's the most manipulative. She has the most behind the scene moves that no one sees coming, and she makes you believe that she's on your side.
Yes.
She knows how to handle everybody.
Everybody, bro.
Everybody she knows how to handle.
She got
And
married
if
with
things
Sinclair.
don't go her way, and you say something to her, she's like, "Who you talking to,
Bro, and like out of nowhere, you're like, oh, she's just Delenn, bro. She's like, I'm Satoy.
Dude, she had the cast. You mentioned the warrior caste system eating out of her hands. She's like, if you dare cross me, if you say anything, it is over.
Yeah.
It is over. So, and then they offer her leadership, and she's like, no, that's not that's not for me. That's not for me. She turned that down.
Bro, the leader
There's
of
something else going on. I think that she is probably the most dangerous person.
bigger fish to fry.
And I don't, because she handles everybody so well, I feel like I'm being handled, and I don't know if she's on my team.
Dude, I don't even think she's like...
I really think she's probably the most dangerous person. I would not put it across her to be probably, with the Minbari, to be the most powerful race of all. You know? And was her running things, and who knows what's going to come out of that goddamn cocoon? I expect to see her coming out with an M60.
Do you know what I mean?
So just like, I'm back.
I do want to add to what you guys are saying because, and especially when it comes to the role as an ambassador, she is the most manipulative person to actually be on Babylon 5. And just like a great point that Ray ended up bringing up, you end up thinking that she's on your side when in reality, she just wants you to make something successful for her own plan. I can't talk.
And no one's ever denied her.
Correct. And even when it did get exposed or anything like that, she's like, okay, so what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened? But so that's the
gangsta
reason why
players,
when
bro.
it comes to an ambassador, I feel that you end up having to be able to put strategies in mind to be able to actually make power moves, know how to control people. The reason why I'm key advocate, and I agree with the position of being the highest S tier, but I would have Gerard next to her because when it comes to being an ambassador, you need to be able to be manipulative, being able to get what you want through the right connections, not just by being Londo and throwing money at the situation.
Shut up.
We can't
Throwing money, just
You're
here
stupid.
you go.
We can't.
Here
We
you
can't
go.
change that at the moment. But going back to Delenn, I mean, even everything she wanted that she told Sinclair to give, he bent over backwards for her.
Yes.
Every little thing.
Yes.
He was eating lunch one day. He's like,
Hey.
listen, this guy's coming over. Why aren't you here? Won't you? You better come with me.
Yeah, bro.
And he got up. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Literally.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Every single time. And let's not forget about her spider senses. All right, because as soon as Morden showed up to her, she was like, That
I thought you were
dragon
going to say
popped out.
she got into like a
The cocoon,
chrysalis.
the cocoon.
Well, no, we don't know about that yet, but I'm saying that when Morden showed up, she knew it off the bat. Like her spider senses went nuts. Said, "You better get out of here." So, and he didn't even try to fight her. He fought Kosh. He didn't try to fight her.
Nah, bro.
There was no. I'm gonna fight her.
Go ahead. You're about to say something ridiculous.
Chat
Yeah,
says,
it's a big upset here, but
tell me how you
I
really
don't-
feel, Michael.
I don't like Delenn that much.
But where do you put her then?
Put her at like a low B.
A low B.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
Hold up now.
You
You
guys
are
are-
insane.
Gerard
guys-
is not the stupid one.
Hold up now.
It's Julien.
Hey, yo.
like you guys are all right in what you're saying. Yeah. But just personally as her character, I really don't like her, and I don't like that. Like she went into the chrysalis. Like she could have easily recorded a video to leave Sinclair before she went in the chrysalis, but instead she just went into the chrysalis. And
No, what?
No,
Like,
Why would she need that evidence?
She don't even.
She was saying
No.
that.
That gets in the wrong hands. It's over.
Sinclair's a character. She don't own anything.
Bro, and Sinclair's half like stupid.
I'm just.
I won't
it's
say another
just-
word, but
listen, it's my opinion.
Justify it though. Don't say I don't like
Dude,
her
like, I
because
don't
he
know,
didn't leave a
man.
recording.
See, but the thing is, it's
like,
based off like.
Shut up, Jordan.
A lot of
What you want her to do? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help
Meet me outside, Michael.
Obi-Wan.
Meet me outside.
like.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
Man, I don't know. It's just sometimes she makes more emotional decisions than she does logical. Like sometimes. Hear me
Name
out.
one.
The one with the religion.
Which one?
When she was like she wasn't gonna involve herself because it's your own religion, whatever. Like that
Those
was
people were beneath her, bro.
Those are small
She
fish.
was looking at roaches.
Small fish. That's why I like Jakar being on
it
this.
wasn't an
Those are
emotional
small
decision.
fish.
It was, listen.
No,
it's
bro,
just-
she ain't getting involved
listen,
in you, bro.
me personally, I don't like her. I don't know,
Bro,
man.
this
It's
guy
just-
said
but you
if
don't-
Delenn farts on you, you say thank you.
Yeah. Can I have another?
Like, come on, bro.
I mean,
You're not liking her, but she's very good at manipulating.
You can say beat her all you want, but she's not moving from that
Nah,
spot.
bro.
You're out of your
Listen.
mind.
You're out of your mind.
First of all, stop doing drugs. It's not good for you, Julian.
Stop.
All right? Jesus Christ. You're out of your mind.
You're burning your brain
You're
cells.
out of your mind.
it's not. You know, she doesn't mend with. She doesn't mesh with me. It's just
You know what? You have a problem with females in power. That's what
That's
it
what
is.
it is. That is.
That's
what it
not.
is.
That's a
You've
lie.
you've always
That's
had
a god. That's slander. Okay,
Ever
because I
since-
put Ivanova on S tier. Okay, that is a goddamn
No,
lie.
but Ivanova, she's not. She's not Delenn.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
I'm
you're
just saying.
you're
I think. I
ridiculous.
think
You're
you're projecting.
Just no, just me personally. You know, I don't like her that much.
Here, you're
Like-
out of your.
like,
No.
don't get
I'm
me
trying
wrong.
not to curse here, but you are out of your effing mind,
I'll
my
put her at
friend.
low A, but like
Low 8, below Sinclair. Get out.
Yeah.
I'm
get
gonna
outta
beat
here.
you with this mic. I swear. I'm gonna choke you out with this mic.
I can't wait to.
Dude, you might not be able to react anymore.
Like,
I'm
listen,
throwing off the channel.
I can't wait for the next one, by the way.
Listen, her importance to the show is there. She does manipulate a lot of things, but I just don't like her. No matter what I do, I can't come to be like, oh, it's Delenn again. No, it's more like, oh shit, here comes some bullshit. Like, it's just me. I don't know, man.
All right.
Okay.
Your opinion is done.
At the end of the day, she gets her way.
one. It's. I think it's my go. You guys ready?
No, you start with Delenn.
Oh yeah, I did. I want to. No. Go ahead.
I
Go
will
ahead.
start with Kosh. I'm gonna put Kosh on S tier. However, I think I'm gonna put him. Behind Jakar only because I don't think we know enough of this guy yet. To be honest, I don't think there's not enough information on where he's going. He's a total mystery. He's powerful. Mike, you're back. He's in S tier. We don't know enough about him. I'm not gonna put him on S just on speculation. He knows a lot about the Morden's people, right? He killed the Deathwalker without anybody saying. Oh, no one said a peep about him killing the Deathwalker, right? I do think that. Well, not I think. I know that him, Kosh, and Delenn are in cahoots over something. Especially in the last episode, we saw quite a lot of evidence of that. However, we don't know enough of what he's doing or what he's planning. I don't know if he's really a good guy. I don't know if he's really a bad guy. I don't know. He's a total mystery, but he's an S mystery. He was studying the history, right? 2, he was recording Talia, but I mean that's no great feat. But he I'm just saying, all right. He did fight Morden, and I still think he lost that fight because they had to repair his armor. But as of right now, he's S tier, but he's too mysterious for me to put him above Milan. I don't know enough about him to make that claim. Go ahead, Gerard.
All right. First of all, remove him from the middle. That's too low of him.
All right, wait, where am I putting him at?
All right. At least. See, the thing is, okay. I have 2 points. Here that are vice versa to each other.
I'm not even gonna say anything to you.
I was right next to Delenn. There you go. Right next to Delenn. Right.
He put if Kosh farts on you.
Bro, bro, right. Here's my
You're
first
dead.
point, but I'm gonna make another one that's gonna move him again. All right. So when it comes based to Ray's point, about the fact that he is a mystery. That is true. We can't deny that. That there is. We know that there's going to be more potential when it comes to him as of season 1. Correct. As of season 1. Yes. But we know he's the big stupidity dog, right? But if we go,
I don't think we know that.
Yep. No. What you just said, Deathwalker. No one went against him.
Oh, when it came, Delenn, I don't know. I don't know if he's on top of Delenn.
No one. Okay, hold up. You had your moment, right? Let me have my moment, right?
No
one went against him.
My name out your mouth.
Hey, yo.
I want to slap in front of all these people.
Do it. So no one went against him. No one can say no to him. Not even Delenn herself. Delenn bows to him. Goes to him for help.
I don't know. Morden said no to him.
For advice.
Morden said no to him.
And then look what happened.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Bro, I'm sorry. What? Bro, I'm sorry. But if Kosh ends up saying that he just doesn't want to see you ever again, he could just go, boop.
I think Delenn can do the same thing too.
No, there's always going to be someone above Delenn. And that's going to be Kosh.
So you say he's above Delenn?
Yes.
Right.
We know that he is a big player itself. Yes, we haven't seen the full arsenal of what he's going to be capable of doing, but the fact that there's been not even that, like you said, it's not a big feat itself. When he ended up recording the powers of the psycho Natalia, that's her name.
No.
Or Talia.
Talia.
Talia. Talia. So yes, that's not a big feat, but the fact that she ended up being able to go to Sinclair about, I didn't feel good, and Sinclair was able to be like, I'm sorry, that's Kosh. He can do whatever he wants.
All right.
Because he's Kosh. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Julien?
Oh, I love Kosh. I love him. I absolutely love him. The mystery to him, his whole.
You're not ready for mortality.
Not just that, but like it's too late for the pebbles to vote on the avalanche. Like that.
He knows the future.
He has things to him. It's just I like him a lot. So yeah, I see where he's at right now. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Now Michael has some things to say.
Yo.
Let him say D.
Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are, bro. He's low B. He's low B. No. Let me tell you something.
Unacceptable.
Kosh is just that. Powerful. He brings nothing else but just being the presence, right? When I think about a character and rating them, I think about the complexity. I think about like everything that he brings, like oh my god, just Kosh did that. Like, no, we know Kosh can take out anyone at any time.
This is why you couldn't bench press that one day.
We know, we all
because he's not Kosh.
We all know that. Like, duh, we know he's strong. Like when Delenn did what she did, you were like, wait, what? Like, oh my god. Delenn, what? Like, crazy that Delenn had this much power, didn't know about what? Like, it was crazy. Kosh, we know he's a Vorlon, bro. We know he's strong. We know he can do whatever he want at his will. We know he can research people. Nobody's gonna tell him nothing. We know he can be in Winter's mind. She ain't gonna say nothing. Like, we know all of this. Kosh has never shown any other emotion other than, you guys are a little fish. You guys suck. You guys, and then of course getting beat up by my Morden.
But he took out the Deathwalker.
Like what?
He took out the Deathwalker
because he can do that. He's strong.
Yeah.
And but listen. Wait. It plays exactly to my point. He is just that powerful. There is no other thing to him. When you think about a three-dimensional character, you think about Delenn, you think about Londo, you think about all those people in the S. Maybe not Morden, but like everybody else. Dude,
there's more than
Kosh is just.
And
Kosh is just powerful, bro. That is it. He's below Sinclair. He's below Garibaldi. He's below all these people here. Even the bad guy, bro. The bad guy made me feel a different way, bro. Every time I see Kosh, I'm like, okay, here he comes.
Guys, we do have a P.O. box. You want to send all your hate mail to our P.O. box? It's in the description.
Dude, it is so ridiculous. I don't even know how you guys are even putting him on this tier.
It's crazy.
Because you guys are like, it's mystery. Yeah, that's it, bro. There's nothing else.
You're putting him below.
Dude, there is...
Wait. There was 2 votes above.
No, you're
personally, there was 2 votes to put him above.
3 votes.
There's 2 votes.
No,
to put him above her.
That's why he's not
sucks as a character other than just being strong. done, bro?
criminal.
What has he done, bro? Other than just kill people and be strong, he's just a strong character,
has a
bro.
sophistry to him. He
Bro,
has the philosophy.
He is
holds
just the strong
No,
character,
bro.
and he says quotes that just seem like he's just stronger.
Bro, he's holding
You guys
back
are
his
small
power when he
things.
already knows the knowledge. He already has the solutions.
These are pebbles
but he's
to the
holding back.
pond. Yeah, of course, because he has a greater plan than all of them, and he's amazing, and
It's
he's
criminal.
he's
He's
strong.
below Delenn.
All right, hold on.
criminal.
Let's
Strong,
keep it
bro.
at one person at a time. If that doesn't sound chaotic.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to go with what Gerard just said here. The fact that he's holding back. I do believe that he's holding back. We don't know. Again, this is why he's mysterious. We don't know everything about him. Being just powerful, I don't think it's just being powerful. I think he's also very wise and smart because he's put things into motion. We don't know exactly what they all are, but he's made some moves. You know, I'm just saying there's still more to him in my opinion, that we still need to know to put him any more than super high tier. But B tier, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No, you're insane.
Dude,
you're absolutely insane.
if you think about the show, right? You think about all like the power spectrum. You think about the characters that have changed. You think about all that stuff. You think, wow, man, you remember when Londo was first introduced? I never thought he was going to be that guy. Or remember when Gerard was introduced? I never thought he was going to be that guy. Or even Delenn. You think about Delenn, how like all the impact that they had. Like you think, oh man, these guys.
I think
but then
everybody
you look at,
mentioned, I think they're small beans compared to Kosh.
Then and I agree. In the show, he is portrayed to be the powerful character, and he's meant to be that. But other than that, he has shown no other side. Like in terms of a character, in terms of like you want to talk about actors, like okay, yeah, we know he's strong, but what else? Like
but the fact that he's constantly foreshadowing something means that he knows something.
of course, you know
know?
something because
So-
he's the
but
strongest. Like
no,
that's it.
That's not it. You don't know he's the strongest or not. You're assuming he's the strongest.
And I'm talking about first season.
But then you just say he got beat up. So how is he going to be the strongest?
That's
Of
what I'm
course.
saying. I don't think he's
holding
not-
back.
I don't think Kosh is as powerful as you make him out to me. The reason why we like Kosh because he's powerful. There's more to it than that. There's definitely more complications to who he is and whatnot. But complexity, not complications, complexity to who he is. But I don't think it's just we like him because he's powerful. He's that one. He's like One Punch Man. That's not who I think it is at all.
The one thing I think about, right? This is the one thing I think about. Like again, the type of character each one of these is. When you think about like the broad spectrum of like different characters and different emotions, right? You can describe every one of these to be different types, right? Like you can describe Delenn as being a powerful leader, but you can also describe her as being a good friend at some times. You can also describe her as being compassionate for other people as well. Londo, same thing, powerful leader, a nationalist at heart, where he believes that his people are going to be the best, and just like Jakar, all these people, but they're three-dimensional. There's something else to them. Kosh is just that. He's mysterious. He's strong. That's it. Like he's never changed the trajectory of what I think he could be at. I'm like, okay, yeah, Kosh. Every single time I see Kosh on screen, I know he's going to probably be the strongest on screen, and I know he's going to be mysterious, and he's going to say maybe one or two words throughout the whole episode. That's it. But I don't think the mystery of what he brings is enough for me to put him at S tier as a character. Now I do think that whatever he's doing is huge, right?
Well, that's the problem. See, because if he is mysterious and B tier, that means you don't care about whatever mystery he's bringing along. While S tier, everything he does that's mysterious, all his moves, we are constantly paying attention to what he's doing, which is making him S tier. If he's B tier mysterious, we don't care if he appears on the screen. We don't care what he has to say. That's why I don't think he's B tier. There is a level of mystery to him that we are constantly paying attention to. Every single move he does, we are glued to what he's doing. We are glued to what people are talking about him in the background. So no, definitely not B tier. Just because he didn't show up, I'm telling you, there's a bigger mystery to it, and the mystery is not a small mystery.
To add to Ray's point as well, just like how he ended up saying, every single time he enters a scene, we are curious to see if it's something that Kosh is going to be for it or against it.
And why is that?
Every time.
Because he's the strongest.
Not because he's the strongest,
Because
because
he's the
of the
strongest
fact
and he's
if what's happening.
Again, there's been no proof of that.
Listen,
Because-
I think if he wasn't as strong as he was as a character, you guys would not like him as much. I think if he wasn't portrayed as the strongest character, like everybody shows him, you guys would not like him as much. I guarantee that. I think if he lost his status of strength, you guys would be like, oh yeah, he's just a mysterious character, and that's it. But again, he's two dimensional. That's it. Like there's no other thing other than that.
No, not at all.
Like I don't think
Not how. Okay, one thing about your point is itself, because and especially this goes back to Londo, because of the fact that you guys, some of your points when it came to Londo itself, like, oh, but he just doesn't know, but there's a lot to come up from him. We know he's gonna be doing much more in the future. when your point that you just ended up saying that, like, oh, it's just because he's powerful or everything like that, no, it has nothing to do with just his strengths alone. It's just the fact that not only does he brings wisdom, but also with he ended up helping Sinclair and being able to remember, hey, you forgot something. He's aware of everyone's scheme. He doesn't need to be the most powerful to be aware of everyone's scheme.
Then what would you call that? If you know everybody's information and you know what they're gonna do, what would you call that?
Not B tier.
What would you call that?
Bro,
I'm saying that's just strength.
Are you talking about strength?
I'm saying because you just said because I'm saying strength is in general, bro. Strength is having knowledge, having the guns, of course. He knows everything. We know he has the big guns. All he is power and mystery, bro. Like there's nothing else to the guy. Like if he wasn't as strong as he is, then no one would bat an eye towards Kosh. No one. As a character, as a character, if he wasn't as strong as he is, no one would bat an eye towards him. Everybody else, you're drawn to his presence. Of course, you're drawn to Kosh because he's so strong. Oh, wow. But everybody else, you think about, okay.
It's not just strength. It's the mystery that he brings along with him, Pop. You're not accepting the fact that there's a big mystery with him that could be a major point of the show itself. And you're just putting it aside as though that mystery don't mean nothing.
I don't say that. What I say is as a character, there isn't much to Kosh, bro.
Okay, well, listen.
That is my opinion.
Agree to disagree because you are crazy, and I stop taking those what do you call that, pre-workouts?
Listen, just because you're angry, don't you throw the deer off, okay?
Just move this whole thing. My bad. Well, guys, this is our nice tier list. Before we go, would you say there is some adjustment that needs to be done here, guys?
Yes.
All right, so let's start with Julien. Julien, who do you think should be moved around?
Delenn should be lower.
Delenn should be lower. How low?
Definitely before at least Ivanova.
All right, let's do what you say for now. Michael, what do you say?
Kosh should be at least a B.
No, you outvoted with that because it's three.
Delenn for sure number one. For sure number one.
Okay.
All right, so Delenn going back up to number one. I'm gonna say Ivanova needs to go down. I think just go down to around here. I don't think she's as tier as compared to her guests. Everybody up there? No. That's a good spot for her.
Thank you, Ractus. People are agreeing with me in the chat.
All right, and what do you guys say there, Mr. Gerard?
All right. Londo behind Jakar.
No.
You got one move. That's all you can do.
Only one move.
That's it. We all have one move. Jesus Christ.
Jakar's first, bro. Jakar's first.
Okay.
No. Kosh, my bad. Sorry. Kosh first. Kosh first.
I could live with that.
Thank
you. Okay. Well, guys, this is the R Night Babylon 5 official tier list.
No, it's not.
Agree or disagree? This is what all our votes get put together. We may not all agree with everything, but this is as pretty much as it's going to get with us, guys. Let us know. We definitely want to know in your comments, what do you guys think? You guys agree with us? If you guys agree with Michael, do you agree with Gerard? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Julien on all these characters we've mentioned here, guys? We had another segment to this podcast we were going to do, but this took a lot longer than I thought it would take.
Yeah.
This took 2 hours and 17 minutes. So I'm going to hold on to the next one we're going to do another podcast where we analyze the complete series. I was hoping I thought we were going to spend maybe half an hour on this and more time on that, but apparently not. So we are going to definitely we're going to bring that for the next episode that we put together, which will not be today. It'll be next Saturday.
Thank you.
So next Saturday we'll definitely do that podcast on our complete talk and analysis of the first entire episode, first season.
I love you, chat. I just want to say that.
You guys are crazy.
Thank you, chat. Hashtag Kosh overrated. I disagree about Kosh.
Weren't you just telling that chat was dumb and that you hate them? Like,
no, because I got smarter because I was intellectual enough to I put that on them and they were like, oh man, he makes sense. He makes making points.
I put Kosh in S tier, but I didn't put him in top S tier. I do think that Delenn is definitely more powerful, more scarier, but I wouldn't put Kosh in B.
Exactly. Done. You're so correct. That's 4 different people who agree with me.
But you know, 4 different people. You have 3 different people going against you.
I do know that there's an opioid crisis here in America, and people might be reacting to this because the airway crashes. But guys, this is again our tier list. I really thank you guys for hanging out with us, guys. This has been a lot of fun. I have not read anything to chat because everybody's keeping that quiet for the most part. But I do want you to know that we have today. We're going to do some things, but we figured to let's do the podcast here. We're going to do the podcast for next week again. We're planning on recording some horror movies to get ready for Halloween coming up in October. So we want to make sure that in October we have a couple of horror movies that we want to go check out. I have to talk to them and see what they've seen and what they haven't seen. We also, again, next podcast, we're going to do the analysis of season 1 of Babylon 5. I have episodes to come up to put up. I haven't had a chance to do it this week, but next week we should be putting up some more Babylon 5, along with Julien and I reacted to Ghost in the Shell, the anime.
Oh my god, it's so good.
We reacted to that, and you will be seeing our reaction to Ghost in the Shell.
Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, look who it was. Juan, what's up, Juan?
Juan, thanks a lot, Juan. We appreciate that.
That's Juan.
Yeah, that's Juan. That's another one of my former students. Hey, Juan, miss you, bro. We'll talk to you later. I'll reach out to you. But guys, listen, thanks for hanging out with us. Guys, we want you to know that we do have a merchandise store where we're selling some merchandise articles. Look at the description below. That'll help us out along the way. We appreciate you hanging out with us, guys. Listen, we are our Knights. I'm Ray.
I'm Gerard.
That's Julien.
I'm Michael.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Stay safe, guys. Oh, Christina's in here too. What's up, Christina?